You see what this place does to people? I'm your father, Lucy. You're not gonna hurt me.
War never changes. You look out at this wasteland, looks like chaos. But there's always somebody behind the wheel.
That is $31 million.
You want to know how I know your daddy, don't you? Let's just say that everything about your whole little world was decided over 200 years ago.
It's a lot of earning potential with the end of the world. How can you guarantee results?
By dropping the bomb ourselves.
Or you could come meet your makers.
Even till eternity, my echo, my shadow, and me.
What is it you've got running all through your veins? Well, I'm here to tell you, you've got the fever, and it's hard to tame. What is your passion? And baby, I'll tell you what my pleasure be. Well, it's fever for the showing, be it horror, thrills, or fantasy. They give us fever with some sci-fi. Baby, we'll burn until we supernova all night long. Keep it coming, we love a good mystery. In the day you can feel it, during the night so hot it'll bring you to your knees. Well, it's fever for the showing, be it horror, thrills, or fantasy. They give us fever with some sci-fi. Baby, we'll burn until we supernova all night long.
But you know what they say in Vegas? Everyone's a winner. Eventually.
And welcome, all you Wastelanders, to another Friday Night Fever, where we are going to dive deep into the world of Fallout with Season 2 dropping. Hopefully we are still here live. I think we made it with the intro. I think we're okay, Dana.
Did we?
I think so.
Are we still live?
I believe so.
Okay.
See, James?
Woo!
Good. No worries. Right? And welcome, everyone.
Yet.
Knocking on wood. I get there's some sage around, folks, because it was an awesome episode full of fire explosions and all kinds of mysteries and things to uncover for this season. And for those who have played the game, I'm sure you may know what's about to happen, or some of the things rather that have already happened. I believe this season is set after the events of New Vegas, the game. But at least those who have played through it all the way, kind of maybe you're getting a little more nostalgia from some of these locations, the vaults, and all the things that we've already got to see just from one episode. I noticed some things just from playing Fallout 3 that are kind of just iconic for me as far as when I play through, the things that I see when I look in vaults that are already decrepited or debilitated. words, or even just other little things like the toys, the drinks, the suits, the guns, all the things again like they did in the first season. They're kind of packing that into this season so far. So there's a lot to dive into, and I'm going to attempt to play some more of the game. We played a very tiny bit, just got our feet wet into New Vegas last week or earlier this week, Monday-ish. Yeah. The week has been a long week, guys, and we're almost to Christmas, so it's only going to get worse as far as me trying to remember what day of the week it is. But we also have lots of other things coming up. Speaking of which, Dana has some awesome things she's posted. I've still got to post it up, but she's got some awesome giveaways for next weekend. Miss Dana, what do you have? I got to get the picture. I will show you guys. I got it. I just didn't save it. I apologize.
I know we got some awesome goodies that we're giving away. Got some Funko Pops. We got some comic books, Walking Dead comic books, reprints, people. It's
now. Save it. I meant to do that. That's what I'm saving the image right now. I meant to do that earlier.
It's the reprint, folks. Second printing. It's not original Walking Dead. Sorry, but we got some Walking Dead. We got a bunch of lights that Nick made. Nick made us some Walking Dead lights. He made us some Stranger Things lights. He made us a Yellow Jackets lights. We got lights, so many lights, and they look so cool. And other prizes and stuff. And it's going to be the first giveaway that Mr. Darce'lph joins us in. So you're going to get 4 days of giveaways, people. 4.
Nice. And I'm gonna try to save that image. I'm getting there, and I'm gonna pull it up real quick. And I think it's actually gonna be into here, so that works out. I put it in there, and we have the Demonat. Says, oh, honestly, I haven't played through New Vegas. I just slightly got my feet wet in it, so I would say either or. It's that kind of how you choose to enter the world. I entered the world through the TV series, so I don't mind kind of that. I may end up, well, I don't know, I might finish the game before the series, just depending on how many games we get in, but kind of playing along with it. But I haven't played but Fallout 3, and I haven't even completely finished all of the lore in that one. I've just completed most of it, maybe 70%. Probably 100% of the main story, but there's still about 25% of little side things. So, I mean, it's up to you. It's same thing with like a book or the TV show. It's kind of like how you prefer to take your content. And if you've started with season 1, then I would just go ahead and say continue through and play the game along with it. That's what I want to do, just to really get that contrast and I think the show was supposed to be set after the events of New Vegas. So again, there's that, if that plays a factor into how you would decide. But welcome everyone, Dana, James, Bone, all you guys. How's everybody doing tonight as I pull up this image for the awesomest giveaway ever? How are we doing, folks?
Good. We're a little warmer up here. We're a little warmer. Got a little warmer, Scarlet. We're not like in the bitter cold. So
I got all kinds of shit. I don't know if you can see it. Oh my goodness. Nice. Look at all the goodies. We got all kinds of goodies. It's not fitting all on my screen. It's so many goodies.
So many goodies.
We got a little Fallout, a little Stranger Things, a little Frost.
I don't know what that Fallout thing is. I found it in my stuff, and I was like, "What are the odds? What are the odds that I had something Fallout?" It is a mystery.
Everything, to be fair. Dana's got just like the best shit ever, guys. I swear. Like the stuff when she pulls it out for the giveaways, I'm just like, wait, how did you even get this?
Who knows? I don't know what Comic-Con I got that at. I don't know where it came from, but it was like the Fallout god sprinkled a little magic on us and was like, here you go, have a present. I don't know what's inside of it. I have no idea. It's a Fallout mystery. So there you go.
Thing. Like I said, the Walking Dead comic books, even for Miguel, he's got some Sonic, what is that? Venom? Hang on, I clicked on the wrong thing. Oh God, let me close this out. I'm getting myself confused here. Too many tabs already.
I believe it's a Miles Morales
Oh, okay. I
Spider-Man.
couldn't see it. That's why I had to look over. I was like, I saw just the black on. I was like, wait, is that Venom? But no, it's not. But
Yes.
he's still cool,
Yes.
nonetheless.
And then some pop keychains and
Right.
soda can. I never got into the Funko Pop soda cans, but inside you could either get they're minis, so they're mini little pop figures, and one of them could be the regular, and then you have a chance at like the exclusive chase version, so you won't know until you open up the soda can. So I don't know if it's a chase or if it's a regular one, but it's Marvel Zombies. Since you guys covered Marvel Zombies on his channel, I figured we'd have to do something zombies, something Marvel Zombies. So
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's creepy.
that Dexter knife, I was not expecting that. When I opened up the
Wow.
box and I saw that knife that Nick made, I was like, this is
Hey,
great.
Nick, you
This is great.
outdoing yourself, man. And again, all these lights Nick
Yes.
made and was so kind enough to make for us. I cannot believe it. Like he always and the keychains. I mean, even what the coasters, the ornaments were from,
Yes.
and of course the talismans.
Yes.
All I'm trying to remember everything. There's more. I know there's more because he's done some stuff for you. That's I don't know if it's secret or not. I can't remember if we've told people about that or not for
I don't remember.
D&D.
I smoke too much.
I know I can't remember if it's a secret still or not, but he's been working real hard with data and been coming up with some really, really awesome stuff.
Yes, and also, like, if you want to, like, buy the lights for yourself, you could always message Nick and he will make them for you. I don't know what he charges for his lights, but the nights of the giveaways, I'll make sure to put all his contact information. We all will, and all the descriptions of the videos if you want to reach out to him.
Yeah.
And he's awesome. He 3D prints all this stuff and then does his electronical stuff on the inside. Yes, I said electronical. I know that's not a word. It's my word.
Yeah, it's a
He
word
does
now. We're gonna add it
it
to a
sure
t-shirt
is.
somewhere.
There you go.
It's electronic.
So, yep. But so awesome. So friggin' awesome. I'm excited. And if you want to know all the rules of the giveaways, everything is posted in all of the discords. Just we are not shipping overseas or out of the country at this moment, just because it's really really too expensive for me to ship overseas, and customs is a bitch. And I've lost so much stuff in customs, and you can't get it back. Like once it's gone, it's gone. And I have no way to like find it or do anything with it, and I'd hate to lose any of the stuff. But if you are overseas and have a United States based address that you can get the items to yourself, I have no problem shipping to your US address. So that's just kind of one of the biggest rules that we have, because it I don't want to see any of this stuff get lost.
A lot of
Absolutely.
cool stuff.
Yes, we don't
Right?
want this lost somewhere in customs. They didn't come participate to earn this, but you guys did. So we want to make sure you get your prizes. So yeah, if you get you an address over here, or if you know a way, someone we can ship it to that can get it to you in a different manner, that will work as well. As long as you have a US address, you're good to go.
Yeah, I've dealt with a few winners in the past from giveaways that there was like courier services that they used because they ordered stuff before in the United States that shipped to them, and I simply sent it to this courier and they took it from there. So that's also something you could look into if you're interested in doing something like that. I don't really know how it works, but I know that stuff like that exists. So but yeah, it's going to be lots of fun, and we'll announce the streams probably most likely at some point this week. We just got to get everything posted up. We were deciding kind of what we were going to talk about and what the topics of the conversations were going to be, but we're going to have some fun.
Oh yeah. I cannot wait, and it'll be right after Christmas, so it'll be like a nice little present for you guys.
Right? An end of the year blowout. Woohoo!
Right. I know it's been a hell of a year, and we look forward to many more with you guys. And with this gentleman here. And if you guys have Amazon Prime, you can go on there. They have, after the episodes, the extras and sort of things that they have put for content. This gentleman here, we know he was our merchant. He helped one of our fellow brothers of the Brotherhood, Hail Brother Brother, helped his foot, and now we're going to see what happens to him later in the season. We do get to see what happened to the guy he helped medicate in some trailers and some of the after the episode, kind of what's to come. But yeah, so he gets his own little fake talk show every week, and this week he had actually two, and he had our girl Lucy and the actor for Mr. House come up, and they were actually pretty comical and funny. And Dana, I don't know if you've seen the one with Lucy, but you might get a kick out of it, and you, James, as well. Y'all might want to go back and watch it, because he talks to her as if she's 11, and he's asking her questions about Stranger Things. He really doesn't ask her anything about Fallout, except for at the very end, and then she gives like a half a statement, not even like a full sentence, or maybe a sentence, and then he's like, all right, that's all the time we have. But the whole time he's asking about like Stranger Things and like, how do you feel having to grow up and all this kind of stuff. So it was really funny. And the second one, it got a little spicy. Apparently our gentleman here has a robot friend, one of the bots that we'll hopefully see throughout Fallout. You'll see him in the games. If you watched any of my playthroughs, you definitely seen that kind of robot walking around shooting at us. But that one was a little excited. Okay. He went to go like shake the dude's hand, and we'll just say that our gentleman here on the screen said that he likes to have fun times after with the robot.
Whoa.
And so when Mr. House went to give him a handshake, the robot, not our gentleman here, the robot was very excited. Lots of flashing lights and sounds.
Jeez.
It was a very interesting fake talk show. So you guys definitely, if you have Prime, go check out the extras, because they have put a lot into it. They also have some other interactive things that you guys can go check out. And you always know, if you're in the Discord and it's I'm able to, I can show it. And we did. I let some folks check it out for themselves. It's actually out there on like Twitter, on X and stuff like that. But if you guys just want your own personal viewing, just let me know. We'll hop in the Discord and I'll let you guys watch them. Like I said, there's interactive stuff where they go through the vaults, go through the world a little bit. You can click on it. It gives you little like cutscenes sometimes from the show, and just all sorts of things. I was actually really impressed with how much they put into it. It gives you a little page of lore that kind of goes into the items that you see, the different factions or characters, and gives you a little bit on who they are and stuff like that. So really neat stuff they have for us this season. And let's see. So we're going to start. Oh my gosh. And where to begin? Well, they begin back in the past, right? I mean, back in Vegas when it was hopping. And again, I totally messed up in what I thought Fallout was. It's not set in the 1950s. It is set in the 21st century. It just kept that 1950s sort of vibe. It never sort of technology transition, as you can see. It's got this sort of future. It's futuristic, yet it's old school. So they kept that theme. But yeah, it's pretty interesting to see how they are portraying the past, and then we're getting back to the future. So we're getting to kind of see what led up to Fallout, and again through the ghoul basically, and now Mr. House, getting to kind of see how these things are going to turn out. So I'm really excited about that. What's up, Carl? Welcome. I mean, it's like when you go back and see, I got the image somewhere down here where our guy's in his kitchen, Mr. Cooper, with his lady. Let's see, do this after this. It's way back later. And you kind of see the kitchen and how it's laid out, but then you see these sort of ships and stuff that they have. There's just something about it. I don't know. It's very interesting. I love that they kept that style. And I think that's pretty true to what Fallout was, or at least pre-Fallout. There it is. But yeah, I mean, look at this mixer. It's just weird, but it's cool. I like it. They made sure to put all the details in the kitchens, all the little things that matter. And even at the beginning, them fighting and sort of destroying some of the robocos robots was pretty cool. I know when I played Fallout 3, and I can't remember. I want to say I might have been in that because there is a Roboco company facility that I believe I went to in the game Fallout 3. And as you go through, and I want to say in the terminals or whatever, I was reading through some of the information, they kind of had like a similar type situation where they were getting ready to bring in the robots, and I think they were going to have to lay off like half of the people or whatever, and the people were going to revolt against them. And the guy was warning them like, dude, y'all need to just leave while you can. I know that like you're getting screwed, but when these robots come in and y'all are still here, it's not going to be good. So it was just interesting to see they are going to show a little bit of that sort of before the Fallout, where these companies were doing things that led to sort of the end of the world.
It's the end of the world. Sorry.
And yeah, Carl's saying this one is a tip to the second one. And this probably is. It just reminded me very much so of that factory I went to, and sort of how like they're talking about how like the robots are coming in and taking over the jobs. And the fact that they just made sure to note to that, like that is something that was going on. And all this technology was coming in, and it was almost, they were sort of taking out, or I guess separating the wheat from the chaff in their sort of eyes in a way. But yeah, it was good to kind of see them adding a lot of this stuff in, and it was pretty much right off the bat. I was excited. I don't know how you guys felt about the episode, but I was pretty into it from the get-go. I mean, just the bats, a lot of this clothing and stuff, like you'll see certain little things as you walk through that people still had these things and they were still kind of left behind because they had to scavenge everything after the Fallout. And here is the founder of the company. And I believe Carl was telling me he is supposed to be brother to Mr. House, or at least they're supposed to be possibly related, but I don't know if that's 100% true. But at least I know it shows us that they are working heavily together in order to have something extra sort of fancy. He's got a new toy to play with, Dana.
Does he now? What's the new toy?
Well, it's not perfected yet. I mean, apparently still even after 200 years. But, he likes to play games and do some things, and he's just got this nice handy-dandy little device here. And that kind of make you do whatever he wants. And I mean, what is the end of the world, other than to have toys to play with? And this was a hell of a toy. I mean, did you see this dude's accuracy with the bat and shit?
That was great. That was great.
I mean, dang. I don't know. And how he just so easily was just like he knew dude was going to grab him up, but he was like, ha ha, you stupid. He kept calling him basically like a dimwit and shit. I was like, oh God. Let him hit him, like took the punch right to the face. What are you thinking about it so far? Just looking at James, sort of them showing us this past scene, getting to see, and throughout the episode, sort of the pre-Fallout, and then getting to see the world as after the Fallout.
Yeah, it's cool to see, what led up to where they're at now and who all was involved, and just what I would think is stupidity behind it. Corporations just wanting to see what happens.
Pretty much. Dude did not make it look okay. He had a little too much rage, so things happen, okay? But even at the end of the world, or something, how would you say, even as the world's ending or something like that, progress marches on. Indeed, it did. Because within Vault-Tec, or really, he's not even Vault-Tec. He's working with Vault-Tec, I think. But, because see, that was a little bit confusing to me too when I was watching it. But he definitely, he's got some money behind him, and he does not care really about anything other than, I guess, whatever he considers his progress. I don't know. He's an interesting character. I can't wait to see. And we'll get to learn more about him when we play the game as well. So a lot of that might be answered a little bit more after I play the game. We'll kind of understand some of these characters a little bit more and see how they vary as far as the series goes. Get back on with the images here. And again, like I said, we go back from where things are kind of an interesting setting. Everything's kind of nice, and we can kind of see how things are getting set up to where they are now, which is a complete and total wasteland. And we got I believe they're called the Cons, and they are like a raiders gang out on the West Coast. And again, just like I played, you have the sort of factions that are more catered to that area. Of course, you have like the Brotherhood and stuff that are all over, I believe, but there are certain little factions that are kind of catered to that, or tribes and groups that are catered to particular sections. And these guys were, they were pretty riled up, I'd say. They thought they had themselves a nice little, he was a bounty. He had a bounty out on him, and they were like, yay, we get to have him. They paid Miss Lucy here. But there was a plan. I don't think, Lucy and the ghoul were seeing eye to eye on said plan. And of course, starvation will take effect sometimes, and she was starving, so we had to do something, Dana. She just wasn't.
Her monologue was great.
Right. I just know
Her
if she
monologue
was
great.
she wanted to go because she knew once she shot him down what was going to happen, right? I mean, in her experience, a lot of violence. So, I mean, I don't know. She tried, right? She even asked please.
She let him dangle for a minute, though.
He's fine.
He let him just like dangle.
He's okay. He's a tough guy. He made it. And look, she was trying to save lives. Like, she was giving him a chance, Although I don't agree with her, she tried. I agree with you, Dana, that she tried. Earlier you were talking about it. I agree. She tried.
Yep,
It's in the wastelands. They're not. Please doesn't have the same value as it does in her vault.
It does not.
See, how did Lucy get so good with the sniper rifle? She was just a vault dweller and was able to shoot the chain at the beginning of the episode. Well, if you remember back in the first episode, it goes through her skill set. And she talks about being a plumber, a scientist, and that she did some, because they did have a weapons and an armory there, and she did do some practice with firearms, and it showed her shooting the gun at the target and stuff like that. While she was one of like the best of the best in the vault. The way they portrayed her at that very first episode was she was good at everything. And again, because her vault was being bred for sort of the best of management kind of stuff, and her dad wanted her, I'm sure, to be one of the best of the best because he's one from 31. But yeah, she had weapons training in her vault, and on top of the fact that she does have her Pip-Boy on her, your Pip-Boy is supposed to help you accurately target things as well. They didn't show her using the Pip-Boy, but part of me thought that might have been part of it, and the fact that she does have weapons training. I mean, she was doing pretty good with that scope too. I mean, she scoped him.
Yeah, no, she was nasty. She was nasty with that rifle.
And I appreciate her use of fire. I mean, and the explosion of the cars. Because if anybody's played the games, at least the one I played, that should be popping off all around the corner. Everywhere you go, you be in like a firefight. Next thing you know, all the vehicles and all the buses and stuff around you start. It's like a chain reaction. I think it's possible they could be trying to say that she was using VATS, but I do know she did have weapons training in the vault because they showed that in episode 1. But I would assume, because I know that if you have the Pip-Boy, I mean, that's like the most classic thing to use. And they didn't show it in here. And I wish they would. They show the VATS in it with the ghoul and when he's like shooting stuff. In this scene here, hang on, I'm on the wrong screen. I was doing it in StreamYards. Like when the bullets are going real slow and then it explodes the heads and stuff like that. That's kind of how the bats work in the game, but they're not really showing the perspective like that with her. So I'm not 100% sure on that. Only thing I can say is she's got weapons training and she got the Pip-Boy, and maybe they're trying to be like, hey, between the two, she's a good shot. That's all I can come up with. Now, do you guys think about this first sort of firefight that we get? All the explosions and death before surrender. I agree with that statement.
I enjoyed the first episode. So, and like, especially like just I'm sorry, but when they had to eat that, I keep harping on it, but that flea soup was disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
I never, ever want to eat flea soup in my entire life, especially when the old lady like turned around and just started shaking out her head.
Right?
But you gotta give it. Lucy ate it. I was like, whoa, okay, you're better than me. Whoa.
Ain't no telling what she's been eating out there in the last couple days. They've been starving. So yeah, it was probably pretty gross, but she took a sip. To be fair, I don't know if she didn't partake of much.
It's still way more than. Yep.
Yeah, you don't want that. Look, it's
Nope. No, thank you. No. Next photograph, please. No, thank you. Oh my God, no.
oh yeah, Maker, you talking about the ghoul scene where he's fighting it out? Yeah, no, it was that ghoul the scene with the ghoul fighting it out and with Lucy sitting up there trying to like act like she's being a goody goody and stuff. That I really did enjoy that. It's not quite the opening scene, but that first sort of battle with them. And this was really good. That's it. Again, the car explosion, so accurate. It just something about him coming through with the weapons too, and how he took the guys down, and then the shotgun. Oh, to the like the grenade launcher and everything. It was just really good. The head explosions, accurate. Accurate. I mean, I just felt like I was ready. I'm ready to play New Vegas some more. That's why I was like, I can't wait to talk about the show so I can get back to the game. I want to play the game. And I do love how Lucy's just kind of giving him those looks. But my favorite is when he gave him a nice little present. It was a little grenade, and he buddied him up. He paired him off and threw him in the pool. It was a hell of an explosion, and I enjoyed every bit of it. It was so fun.
Was lots of body parts.
Bone says she
Lots
should
of
have had
body
the crackers with the soup. Well, they were in her other pants, so maybe Lucy didn't want the lady to have to go get them, And for those who do play Fallout, what was this he was using to heal him? This reminded me of the alien stuff that we had off the ship. There was something from the alien thing that you could heal yourself with, and I swear it was shaped like this because his neck wasn't bleeding red, but it glowed green when he like went over his neck with it. So you guys out there in the wastelands who know, let me know, because I was curious as to what he was using in that scene. But yeah, the soup was something else. That was, that was pretty gross.
That shit was nasty.
And my favorite part though is after she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry for your loss," but then Lay's like, "No, screw him. He owed me money." And she's like, "Well, I'm sorry for your money." She's like, "If you find anything on the body, it's mine. Any of the money, it's mine."
Right? You find any cash. Find any cash, it belongs to me.
But yeah, poor Cooper going along in the wastelands, and he has been around for a long time, our ghoul, and just to see even still remnants of the past that he came from as he makes his way through Vegas with Miss Lucy. There's some interesting things that they're putting in there. I believe this is another place in the game. 100, but I'm almost positive. But even them kind of confirming too that conversation from the past, and of course Mr. House, I'm assuming, is sitting up there kind of watching over the rest of the council here, because this is Vault Tech and these are the corporations, and then you have Mr. House up here sort of watching over everything. So yeah, and of course Mommy Dearest knows what's up, and I think this was actually really funny. Just so suburban, just so like, oh, it's so nice, all the nice lawns, Dana. I mean, wouldn't you want to live in a place like this? I mean, look at how beautiful it is here.
Yeah.
This nice dude here, he's just salesman coming to sell you some safety for your family, right?
So suburban, the suburban dream.
I mean, if anything happened, clearly this would be the safest spot for you to be in. Would be like a place like this, right?
You would think.
You would think. Shit, they're so nice and happy until the alarms go off, and then everybody decides to panic and freak the fuck out. Look, this dude, he's like, oh shit, he had like the lighter fluid in his hand. I guess when the sirens went off, everybody's freaking the fuck out and shit. And it was like, it's just a test. Yeah, I don't want to be in this neighborhood, Dana.
Right.
They too crazy. You got to remain calm. They did not do well in this test. They did not remain calm. Not even a little bit. They crashed in.
Do not panic. Do not panic, people.
I think it was the FEV he was using to heal with. Might be, Carl. And he said, I'm not sure. I'm wondering if I'm going to see something like that in the game. Because I was real curious about that. But yeah, it was something, man. You know, this little girl's scared. But look at this lady. She's on the phone. She is freaking the hell out. James, would you want to be in this neighborhood when the sirens go off?
Probably not.
Right? Is she freaking the hell out?
I mean, the sirens are going off.
I know, but they said it's a test.
Right.
And this lady's like, I mean, she for real panicked. She's like calling every fucking body. She's probably calling the government, calling the police. But it's fine. I like the song too. Make the world go away. It was a nice touch in the background. And of course, letting you know, keep your loved ones safe with Vault Tech Industries. You get the plane.
I love how he sees himself.
Mm-hmm. And you notice this little teddy bear in this little girl's hand. Well, if you've played the games and you know that you've run across a teddy bear very much so like that 1,000,000 times over in the game. Matter of fact, I had to collect teddy bears just like that to give to a little baby girl in the game in the pits. You can give that to her for some karma points. So I do like the fact they do add the toys. And again, just the little things in the show. I do enjoy even the schematics. Again, that is pretty much, I want to say, Carl, right, exactly how they look in the game when you kind of come across them or you look at them. So, yeah, and they're having their water problems with their water system. It's always this way. People always panic no matter how much training they've done. At least most will. Indeed, that's why I don't, and especially something about the suburban sort of like where people are just, it's that kind of happiness where it kind of creeps you out, Dana. Like everything's so perfect, like there's no flaws in the neighborhood where it'd be kind of like, like they're gonna be the one, like we're gonna be the outcasts of that group, Dana. They're gonna take us out first. I don't want to be in that neighborhood.
Oh yeah, we're gonna stick out like a sore thumb.
Right? Like we'll stay out in the woods on the farm with James. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I think that's where we'll belong. If James will allow us, he's like, well, wait a minute now. I never said.
Right? I never invited y'all here.
I don't know. Depends on how long it takes the bombs to drop, if you could get here in time.
Well, if they start setting up vaults where they're selling, I know they have vaults right now, but I mean, where it's like this point, we might just be, it don't take me as long as Dana, but we might be moving your way.
Yeah.
They start doing tests like this again, we might have to move your way. You never know.
I thought about making some vaults on the property and selling them off.
I might have to take you up on that offer. You never know.
Yep.
I mean,
Can we get a friends and family discount?
Yep, yep. They go for 1.2 million. I'll sell them to you guys for 800K.
Oh, there you go, folks. See?
What a discount. What a discount.
But it's going to be just as cool as these vaults, right? All the amenities, everything.
Oh, no, you got to bring your own shit.
Oh, shit, damn it. No, you see, you're supposed to be like
pay extra to get it stocked.
Oh, well, shit. I thought you was giving us the price for the, like a nice
vault. No, that's
That'd
just
be
the
really
vault. No, nothing in it.
No. Well, damn. Well, I guess we're going to be coming knocking on your door for some sugar.
Oh, I won't be here.
Damn it. What's up, Carl?
So, that sound good?
Sound good?
All right.
How did you? I know we watched it a little bit. I don't know if you really got a chance to see it, but I know we watched in the Discord. And yeah, I was just going through again. I like the fact that they added just the little details, even down to the teddy bear in the little girl's hand. It's like the same one that we see throughout the game.
Yeah, and they even throw in the little enclave ships and all that stuff at the beginning, so you see them like raiding them. It's always the enclave.
They're always there, making sure we're safe and secure in their own way. Again, I like the scabs, them going after the Robo Company. Robots are not citizens, folks, according to these people here. They do not appreciate them taking their jobs. And those robots are pretty cool, even in the game. I mean, they're pretty out there.
Yeah, they wasn't appreciated this time, though.
No, not at all. And I know you were talking about it in the chat a little bit, but this sort of opening fight scene with the ghoul getting to take them out, Wasteland style, calling Miss Lucy here an amateur, letting her know basically how it should be done, as opposed to her way.
Yep, they even had the dino, which is a cool little thing.
Yeah, I thought that was in the game. Like I said, we hadn't made it there yet, but I can't wait.
Yeah, you'll see him soon.
I can't wait. Let's see. What else? What else? There was a lot going on. I know they, again, going back to the past, sort of giving us what the ghoul remembers. And I'm kind of curious how, I mean, it seems if they're going to show us all the way up to the fallout, possibly even through his, I'm assuming through his eyes. But I don't know if he said it yet. And I try to go back and listen, but I'm trying to remember. Okay, so I'm assuming his daughter and his wife, got to a vault, but I'm kind of curious to how he gets separated from him. I wonder if we're going to get that here after he goes to Vegas and meets House, because you see it at the, what's to come in the next episodes. And you do get to kind of see him and House square off a little bit. So I'm curious to see how our ghoul ends up sort of outside of the vault, because I can't remember if he's said it yet or not. And I'll go back through season 1 and try to remember, but
I don't think he did, but I think it was hinted that like she kind of went where the executives went, and he didn't want to do that. I think that's what it's kind of hinted to.
But I can't see him leaving. Well, I guess if he wanted his daughter to be safe, but even then, though, for him to still be, he says he's been searching for him this whole time. So I'm assuming like his wife took the daughter and just like dipped on
it. Yeah.
And he's just been, and then, how he made it through the fallout this whole time, he hasn't completely told us, but yeah, I can only imagine. And the fact that he's been looking this whole time, like he's been through Vegas before, because he talked about going through this, or at least just outside of Vegas, or the strip. See, the Grumbledore says there's going to be 2 Mr. House. The one we've seen is the decoy. Okay, and yeah, I know I have heard some things about that. I think we get into that into the game, or they talk about the decoys of Mr. House.
Well, there's technically 2, but yeah.
Is it in 2?
Well, no, I said there's technically 2 of them, because one's a brother, and then one's the real one, who's kind of not really a human, or kind of.
Right. But so I think they start. Are we going to get into that in New Vegas? When we play the game? Yeah. So we'll get to learn a little bit more about that as we play through. Hopefully, if I get all the lore right and I play through correctly to where we can get it, we'll find out.
Yeah, New Vegas, you have a lot more choices you can do that changes the game a lot more than in 3. So.
And then that's kind of what the show was saying. That's why, like, this is supposed to be set after those events, and because there were so many different gameplays and choices and like how the game ends up, they didn't want to pick any one sort of like ending or story playthrough, that I think they kind of left a lot of that open-ended to be able to pick like maybe they could pick this part of the story or this part of the story, but you may not have, one individual may not have played through and their story may not have went like that, but they're just kind of picking and choosing parts from, I think, New Vegas to say this is how the world ended up. they played through it this way.
Yeah, and from what I'm understanding, this is actually supposed to be after 4, I think, but I'm not really sure. Like I
Is
said,
it
the
after
timeline.
4? Okay. I thought it was
Yeah,
after the events of New Vegas, but I wasn't.
I'm pretty sure, but the timeline is confusing because, like, it doesn't
Right.
really match any particular story, but it kind of does. There's like hints here and there, like Maximum, for example. Like I don't know exactly what they're doing with him,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah,
Hey, they
from what I
cast a new
understand.
one, says the Grumbledore for Mr. House. They cast another actor. Yeah, and I don't know. It could be the fact that they're going to, like Carl was saying, that there's supposed to be 2 of them. And I know at the end of the episode, Lucy's dad talks about, or when he's on there saying, "Sir, I know you know, if you're still out there, you're still out there. I'm sure you are because you've always had all these contingencies." So it's possible he is still out there, and the one that we see in the past is not the one that's still alive today.
Yeah, because
Okay.
his company was like did a lot of the stuff that was before the Vault Tech stuff even happened and stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
they kind of worked with them, but against them at the same time.
Right.
Corporate America type things.
This was an interesting episode though, because again, I don't know the full story of Vegas. So for me, it'll be different as I play through and get a little bit more of the world. I'll probably see some more stuff where I'll be like, "Oh, okay, I know what that is now." Or you get that little bit more to it. But there was a lot of little things that I enjoyed as far as what they're giving us so far. I did enjoy the fact that we are going to get to we got to see inside of a vault. That wasn't necessarily like this one here where it's all nice and pretty and shiny. We actually get to go see inside of one that's, been run down or whatever. Like it's no longer necessarily, I guess it is functioning to a degree, but it's not functioning. The residents are no longer there. But yet, we get to go in there and kind of see a little bit. And this one was Vault 24, which I believe is one that you encounter in New Vegas, the game. I believe. It sounded like it was the way what I was hearing online and
I
stuff.
don't think the numbers necessarily match, but I could be wrong. It's been a
I could
while.
be wrong too. Like I said, I wasn't 100% sure,
Like I
but
think a lot of the vaults you're being shown are just like different ones that haven't really been shown like at all.
okay.
But I could be wrong on that.
See, and I don't know at all for sure, but I kind of look forward to seeing if I do find a Vault 24. Because this one was interesting. Like this again, we don't know how many of these vaults are actually working together. I'm sorry, guys. Give me 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves. I got to do a mom thing real quick.
Yes. So, Carl, when it comes to all the different vaults, does each vault have a different purpose, or were they all just vaults for people to, you know, save themselves in? And are they all
No,
like you have to pay for your spot in the vault, or how did it work?
you had a way of like a lottery system to get in some of it. It depends on the vault, and most of them you'll find out that basically they were a cover for whatever experiments they wanted to do, like the people whoever made the vault. So Vault Tech was doing certain things, and you had like other corporations that were throwing money into it. So it's pretty much like, for example, they had like a vault that like they literally put like one person in with puppets to see what would happen to him. They had vaults where they put plant life in, and they would see what would happen if they was growing and what would happen to them if they were growing plants. They had some that they did with like no food. They would do different stuff just to see what would happen.
Right.
So basically, the corporations were doing whatever evil stuff that they want, because in the end, the corporations wanted to profit, and that's what the whole point of the vaults were.
Right. Like there might have been maybe a handful of them for certain individuals, like you said, like the top execs and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
they was elite ones that were, of course, were for the elite, which they were basically trying to figure out how to live forever. So that's why they had like brain bots and things like that. They were
Right.
trying to figure out that kind of stuff, and that's also where you House coming in too, because that's something he was really into.
Right. But yeah, from my understanding, yeah, because all the vaults that I encountered, other than the one that I originally came from in Fallout 3, which I don't even know, I can't even remember what the whatever was supposed to be. I'd have to go back and look at the reports when you like. There's a place you can go and it tells you about the vaults, in 3. But I know the other ones that I went to, because mine was still active, mine was still doing whatever it needed to do. It was still prospering, I guess, to a degree. But the other ones, they were completely fucked. Like all the other ones I went to, and they had bad experiments in them. All of them were something real jacked up. I went back, now that I played through, I went back and watched someone else play through one of the vaults. And it was that one that I kept saying, Carl, I thought was like Ghost. And that was one where they were spraying stuff through the pipes. And they thought they had control of it, but they lost control, and it was causing everyone basically to go insane, and it would cause you to see things, hallucinate.
Yeah.
And this color blue, like everybody. And there was some paper. I think I didn't even find all the paperwork and stuff, because there was stuff that I didn't even realize, like I had to look through. Now that after playing, I'm like, oh man, I got to go back and kind of find these little notes and stuff. But yeah, they were basically exposed to some chemical in the ventilation system.
That's what I was talking about earlier. The virus
Billy?
stuff. That's one of the things that's like a encore thing in the whole franchise, because that's what they started making the super mutants. The Enclave was, and that's a thing that in the second one they blow up a vault that was full of that stuff, and that's the stuff that's made like a lot. Like you think just the radiation made a lot of that stuff, and no, it was actually experiments being let loose.
Yeah, and that's what even in Fallout 3, because I went back, I watched I forget which one that one was. It was like 106, I think. But I also went back and watched somebody play through Vault. What was it? 87, the one by the kids' the light camp, whatever. I forget what it's called now.
That's where and all that.
Yeah, and apparently from what the video I watched, and actually it makes sense now, because that's where we see a lot of the experiments being done for these mutated creatures, and apparently it's as if they did get out from there, like, and that's where all the super mutants came from. Like they basically were fucking around with stuff down there and created the whatever those centaur things and a whole bunch of other whacked out
all
shit.
Kinds of stuff that and different versions of that virus made different versions of the super mutant or whatever they were making. A lot of it has to do with super mutants. That's why like when you get to 4, there's like brutes and stuff where they continue to grow as they get older. That wasn't a thing in the first batch of the super mutants. They just kind of became like big dummies, pretty much.
This vault, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I say this vault for Lucy, like she saw that other vault. What was it, Vault 4 in season 1, and that one was weird. Don't get me wrong. She got to see some experimentation going on there. But this one was all kinds of I don't know what's worse, because they literally had their vaulties strapped into chairs and stuff and experimented on to turn them into like commies. Which she was just like completely appalled, because everything that she knows is America first, family, country kind of thing. And then to see a vault like this, like the experiment one, she kind of was like, in the end, she's like, okay, well, they kind of fixed it or whatever to a degree. But this was like, it was something that really, and then with her dad's involvement in what he did here too, like I think we might see a new vault dweller here. Carl, I'm kind of curious to see if she's gonna change her temperament any after these events here.
Well, I think she's realizing that these were all experiments, and she doesn't really know that even her vault was an experiment yet.
Yeah, hers was the breeding experiment.
Yeah.
And this was interesting. Even the ghoul at one point during this scene, when he's just standing there, he takes like his little inhaler thing, and he's just like, God damn, you motherfuckers. Like, the fuck is wrong with you people?
This reminds me of like the Clockwork Orange or something. I know you ain't seen that, but that's what it reminds me of.
Dude, this vault reminded me of BioShock. It was something about this old kind of like player going and that sound it makes. And then them being all strapped into chairs and shit. I was like, man, I swear I was back into, what was it, the DLC, Burial at Sea or whatever. No, that actually was just 3 when she goes into that wasn't even Burial at Sea. That was the main game on 3 where they end up putting Elizabeth in the mental institution and stuff and have her all jacked up. And then even like, I don't know, something about how dark it was. And it gave me BioShock vibes for a second. And I almost panicked when she like goes downstairs and you see this little shadow creature here, and I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, man, if a Big Daddy comes around the corner, I'm done. That's too much cross worlds there, Carl. I can't.
Well, I told you about the one they took out of 4 that was supposed to be underwater.
I know, it's too far. Too far. But Daddy's jacked up. He literally left her little bitty sugar bombs to lead her all the way into here, knowing that she's following. We took the drive, which again was all their research on this device here and trying to get this to work. That is what Mr. House apparently is trying to get to work right. But he's trying to talk his daughter into, going back home. Go back to the vault, honey. Daddy's gonna fix it all. Except he didn't fix this one. He didn't fix it at all. He left a nice little explosion for her to see. And I don't think Lucy's gonna be quite the same. I think this might be her point of saying, all right, Daddy, it's enough. Had enough of this. The ghoul's just like, it's par for the course. But yeah, our girl might not be as happy. Is that the Fallout fandom.com? What is this on? Camp Liberty. Okay. Is that the name of what I was trying to think of? Was I thinking of Camp? I was thinking of Little Lighthouse. What is Camp Liberty?
I'm not sure what Camp Liberty is. I'm not good with names of all of it.
Right. But yeah, we get to see the device right next to the... Man, she ain't gonna look at a box of sugar bombs the same way ever again. Her daddy's a piece of shit. That was like a comfort to her. Because even when she goes to the Vault 4 with Maximus and she's like, no, eat the breakfast. Like, she's like, we're good. We're safe. This is like normal. This is what's her comfort. Dad's a piece of shit. But he's made it, right? He's arrived. In true Fallout fashion.
Million. What is 48 million messages?
Right? I mean, he's been gone for a while, okay? He's back though, and he's ready to get to business. Ready to roll up them sleeves and get to work. Man, is he happy. Look, man, this right here, he is made, man. Look at this fucking Pip Boy. That's a goal. That shit looks, I want it. Can I, like, what are the bats on that, man? How much more accurate? Can I get like an upgrade? Damn it. He's flashing it off, man. It's some bullshit. He's in like this nice facility in Vegas. He's just flashing it all over the place. I hope they take his shit. But no, this is interesting to see again. And I'm assuming because we see kind of what's to come. And I took a lot of screenshots of that. And we'll get to see Lucy. I think she ends up here with Daddy. Or a place like this. Where was it? I know I've seen it somewhere. Here she is. Again, I'm assuming Daddy has her. The horse is slightly iconic too. It's a smaller version of one. I think they might have even showed it, but there's a smaller version of this horse that you can pick up in the game as a toy. I believe it's this horse. And then of course,
yeah, that's the thing you collect for to take this dude. But yeah, it's like a toy that was around back then.
Right, because there's like miniatures that I've collected or been able to collect. I forget what it was called too. It had like a whole advertisement for it. Just like the yo-yo that her dad takes, like those little toys and stuff. I'm kind of happy it's a little thing. It's not much. It's not necessarily like story driven, but I do like that they added those little things in there. But yeah, this is like a nice little room. She got a nice dress, of course, a little farmyard background, similar to her vault. So I'm assuming Daddy has her a little note here for her. And then you see her kind of walking through what looks like the same kind of facility with these folks, these fine individuals here working hard on that program that Dad was talking about he was going to continue. So again, I don't know when and where, but perhaps Dad may get his hands on Miss Lucy. Or something else is going on. I have no idea. That was just what I thought might end up happening. But he's going to, like I said, he's just got to integrate. I think he said something about like Vault 24 had, they had some progress. And then there's the little yo-yo. And of course, the lucky 38 is Mr. House's casino. And we'll get to see, these are sort of some images of what's to come. And again, I like it. We get to see our power suits in action. Again, more of, I believe this is the Enclave, right? No, this is the Brotherhood. This is the Brotherhoods.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's the Brotherhood.
And by the way, that lucky 38, if you notice it was red, there could be a reason for that.
Which
is pretty
little something, something there, maybe?
Yeah.
I like it. And then I know, Carl, me and you were talking about Maximus, and that there is supposed to be a character or a bloodline with that name, and that he may be said character or a possible reference to.
He wears that coat and everything, which is kind of confusing because I'm to understand that this is supposed to be after 4, and I'm pretty sure you kill that dude at the end of 4, so I'm not sure how he would still exist.
Is that like a you have to kind of thing, or is that another one of those choices?
It's a choice, but I'm pretty sure it's like a canon thing.
Okay.
Plus, like, his story that doesn't quite add up to that story of that dude, so I'm not really sure if they're kind of just bending it because they need somebody. Like I said, he's supposed to be from the bloodline of the person who made the Brotherhood. So,
and they're kind of making him like he's remaking the Brotherhood with that older gentleman, because you hear it in this sort of like these clips where he's saying, we'll finish what we started together, or something like that.
Yeah, and in the game, his lore is pretty much like his dad died, and he had to take over, but he had to take over as an elder, as like I believe he was 14 years old or 16 years old or something like that. So he was obviously not an elder.
Right.
So like he went out in the world and like made his name because he had to live up to his bloodline, and then he became who he was.
What's up, Hal dear? Welcome, hun. Hope you're having an awesome day. And yeah, Hal dear, definitely post some things. I know you have put out, and Billy, if you're still lurking, go ahead and post your links as well, guys. I know I forget to tell you guys to do it, but yeah, post away. I know you dropped some stuff, Hal dear, some more shorts as you continue on with your piece of work of art that you've been working on. I do enjoy watching them, so keep it up. And here's our other friend that I was talking about earlier, that he's still kicking. And as we saw in the trailer, he might have an extra mouth or teeth or something growing over here in the shoulder. But it looks like he's got himself a facility. And I believe it's the beer facility. What was it? I can't remember what it's called, but I'll remember when I get back in the game. But there's a particular beer in this area that you pick up that I've already picked up a few bottles of. And look, he's got a ghoul child along with, he's just got a whole host of children working in his facility.
Is that what you're talking about?
What was it again?
The sarsaparilla.
It was like Sunset or something.
Sunset sarsaparilla.
Yeah.
That's like the Nuka-Cola opposite thing. Like that's another thing the corporations fought each other.
Right. Yeah, because this seems to be like everywhere in the game just so far that I've seen. So I thought that was cool.
More of that in 4. You'll see like the whole place where it was and stuff.
I think it's cool because these facilities, I mean, like in the pit, right? They were still running like a whole factory and stuff like that. So it's still possible for these things to be able to get up and running and stuff. So I thought it was cool, but it was funny that he's like, if you survive this long, half the children don't even make it this long. You're good.
Which I almost think that dude was given some form of the virus. That like I said, that's the whole thing throughout the whole Fallout universe. That's what basically it all is. I think that might be why he's like mutating and stuff. But he has some sort of like weak version of it. You know what I mean? So he doesn't just turn into a super mutant or whatever.
Right.
I don't know. I could be wrong on that.
Yeah, whatever that dude gave me,
Was it green?
He had 2 vials, but I can't remember if it was because he had two different ones, and he was like, "You don't know if this one might do this one might do that." I'm trying to remember if it was like a tan or orangish color, or if it was. Honestly, I'd have to go back and really pay attention to what color it was.
So
I can't.
usually that stuff's always green. That's what made me think that that's what the ghoul had, like some sort of spray version to like, and that could be why he's been alive for so long. He could have been a ghoul before the drops even happened or anything, because that is a thing too.
Yeah, because see, I'm curious to see what House does with him, because when you're going through this at the end of the episode, showing you what's to come, and it talks a little bit about when, because we know he's fixing to go with his wife to New Vegas. We kind of already see that that's setting up for that. But then, you know, House kind of confronts him and is like, "Hey, yo, you know, I know what you're here for. I know you're here to kill me. What basically, like, what say you to that?" And so, like, I'm curious if that's sort of, if we're getting ready to see the moment of his family separation, him getting whatever's going to happen to him that leads to the fallout. Because I'm assuming maybe House has something to do with it. Because unless, like you said, he just knew something, so he just wanted to go ahead and become. I just can't see him wanting to become a ghoul, but who knows? Who knows?
Now, House is a pretty evil guy. He probably maybe flipped him something, or it could be some enclave thing, because they're the main protagonists of the whole thing. That's their whole thing. They want purity. They was a black ops organization even before the bombs went down. So
right.
He could have stumbled into something he didn't want to, and that's what he got. His family taken away and turned into a ghoul to live forever. It's pretty horrible.
Yeah, because this guy behind him, right on picture on the left, that's the guy that owns the robot company. And then this is supposed to be Mr. House here, as far as we know. Now, again, if they've recast this particular actor, I know there's another actor that we see, and I thought it was the same actor, but it may not be. And again, I don't know. I don't know. I can't wait to see. I know these are two different people, so I don't know if y'all are talking about these two different people, because these are two different people totally together within the series.
Yeah. And lore-wise, there's supposed to be two houses.
And there probably will be then. Because the way that they left it with Lucy's dad, the way he was talking to on the intercom or whatever, or the radio, I mean, it made me think like because he talked about contingency plans and stuff like that. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Wrong click. I meant to click that off. So the way he was talking, like he was sending a message to House, or let him know, hey, look, I'm back. This is where we are with this, and he's assuming he's still alive. So this may not even be the real House. Who knows? I don't know.
As I'm to understand, all this is supposed to be after the game. So the original House you've already done what you did with all that stuff anyway. So I'm not sure if that's true or not, though. I haven't really figured that out. Because, like I said, the time doesn't really match up a lot of it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, so let me click off of these. But we will be going to Lucky 38. I can't wait to see what happens with Mr. Cooper. And it seems as if they are all watching him. So, I mean, he went to the diner. I might have actually skipped over some of that stuff. I went too far. When he goes to the diner, talks to, I forget her name. Starts with an M. Maroney? No, something. Damn it, what is that lady's name? This lady here. So I guess he's bugged. I mean, like, or they're just super watching him, or they got her bugged maybe, because they knew, like, I'm assuming he knew about the conversation, everything that's going on. So that's not a good sign for him. With his wife also being part of the company, is she sort of tapping in on her husband? Does she trust her husband? Like, I'm waiting to see the kind of breakdown between them. They've already kind of showed a little bit of their past and how they are kind of disagreeing about things. But look, we even get the new cola bottle. I think it's there.
Yeah, and she could be aware of how he was surveilling her, remember?
Yeah, she did actually seem like she looked up and saw him last season, so she might have started to watch him after that. But look, we get a nice little game, Wakakami. So they did. I noticed there were some gripes last season about them maybe not mentioning the Chinese or even the Russians, but at least they are. I mean, they made small little minor notes to it, but this season they've kind of made sure to add that, at least putting it in there. Now, could they do more? Again, just like the car scene, I wish there was a few more vehicles in the explosion. But, we'll take what we can get, right? Maybe we'll get another one. I'm hoping they'll be outside of, like, an actual location like this one, or maybe in the street somewhere where you actually get multiple cars that are piled up around, because that was always where it got real spicy. Look, something about the wastelands, there are explosions everywhere. It just feels like everywhere you go, something's ready to just explode. So more of that is definitely welcomed for me as a fan.
Yeah, I'm thinking this season it's heading towards more of the corporations, so we're going to learn a lot more. So the Tommy thing kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm. What do you think about their futuristic, yet not futuristic kitchen? You want a mixer like that, Carl?
I think that kitchen would be tight.
But it reminded me, like, because I've
Even
seen
the colors.
some like things with old kitchens and stuff, and then how the shit folds out, and you'll be surprised at how much space is really there and shit. And
Yeah, like
they
them,
have like a whole fucking Swiss Army kind of fucking deal going on here.
yeah, like them old school. Actually, just like the mixer kind of that's there, like the old school ones. They're usually blue. The ones I'm thinking of anywhere.
I just thought it was just comical to see this arm coming out from the top of like the ceiling down as the mixer and shit. But yet, they have the tech. It was just something about seeing this shit. It was just fun. Because it's not too far off from what the vaults look like, even.
No.
And so it was just interesting. I mean, look at this shit here. Your fucking fridge and shit, man. And what's so sad is, I swear to God, this bowl right here, this bowl, maybe not this color, but this bowl right here, I swear to God, my mama has in her cabinet. It's that old, like, fucking,
something. I know what you're talking about.
Like the old Corningware and shit like that, but I forget. Yeah. I don't know if the bowls are that brand of that kind of stuff, but she does got some mixing bowls and shit that look just like that shit. I'm just like...
Well, I remember my grandma having, like, the rounded refrigerator, and it was kind of looked like those.
Mm-hmm. So it was, I don't know why it was fun to see it, and then, of course, all the little products. I wish I could have got a clearer picture to see what the products were, but, I don't know. There's still something fun about seeing it. It's, for me, sometimes it is the little things that they add in there.
The old milk bottle in the fridge.
Right. It's nice. Luna, get down. My cat decided to jump on my table every time. Yeah, I know. She acts like she ain't been fed all day. And she been fed all day. So, yeah. We're going to talk about this next, too, because we know that the Legion is supposed to be making their appearance. And I like how, even in the first season, like I said, I know they weren't in Vegas. It was on a California Hollywood set, but they showed us some gentlemen like this. And then now again with them talking about going to Vegas, showing that in the background. And we do know that we're going to see someone get a stabbing. It's not going to go good. And I did find, I don't know if you were telling me about it, Carl, but there was like a fan movie about the Legionnaires or something like that.
Yeah, that one channel I showed you shows all that kind of lore, the Legion and all that.
I found like an actual movie.
I don't know.
And I forget. I have to go back. There's so much stuff out there that I have now that I've dipped my toe.
And they've already shown the cons, which is pretty interesting. Even if that's only the small thing they do with them.
Mm-hmm. It was somewhere. Here it is. So yeah, we see our boy getting stabbed here, and I think it has something to do with something like that. But I have to remember what the movie exactly was called. But it was Fallout, and it was about sort of one of the, I don't know if it was Caesar or whatever, but basically getting stabbed and stuff like that. But it wasn't called Caesar. Started with the L, but it wasn't Legion. It was one of the, I guess each one of these guys is sort of like a hierarchy or whatever. So it was one of the leaders, I think. and like maybe his story, but it was brutal looking. Like I didn't even watch the whole thing. I just skimmed through it just to kind of see what it was. And like the whole way it was nothing but kind of like brutality.
Well, see that
They had the
show,
slaves and everything.
the show that we watched, that dude, that dude was supposed to be the brother of the dude there, the leader dude.
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of know a little bit about that.
Yeah, can we watch? They talk a little bit about this group when we were watched that other fan series,
Yeah.
Nuke Break, and they kind of give you a little bit of the history with them to a degree, kind of a broad stroke history. I don't think they went too deep in depth with it, but it was a pretty quick kind of like cartoon sketch kind of. They're not even a cartoon, but like a drawn sketch kind of thing where they're going through it, and it was pretty cool to see. So there's so much content out there for Fallout. So if you are enjoying the show at all and you want to just get more immersed in the world, if you haven't played the games, go ahead and check out a few of them on your own leisure. But even just sort of like this kind of content alone, there's other fan-made sort of movie series out there. And like Carl said, like I haven't even gone through that website yet because there's so much, Carl. Like really getting into it, and I couldn't believe how much of a world Fallout really was.
The first game came out in 2017, I think, something like that.
But it's a lot. I mean, just like the
maybe even soon. I think it might have been in the 90s, the first one.
Because I started following some stuff on like Twitter or on X and stuff like that. Because once you start kind of looking into things or doing things, it gives you more of that in your feed. And some of these other folks that do a little bit more with Fallout and things like that, like some of the stuff that they do just on a weekly basis, and just kind of for the fans and how they update things, even how the game, like you said, 4 just updated. People aren't too happy about it, but they're constantly like these games are still active. They're not just.
I guess that 76 just added the Ghoul and Lucy. I think I'm pretty sure.
76 does a lot of updates too, right? Like that one's a constantly. It's still very active game.
That one's an all live thing, though. That's why it's what it is.
Right, like a multiplayer open world, kind of like Rust, but not, I guess.
Yeah, it's one of the only like RPG type games I know that's live like that I know of, anyway.
Yeah, how dare! And I still I feel like I'm rushing through it too because like I barely really got through Fallout 3, and there's still more. Like I'm thinking about playing Fallout 3 after we get through some clips tonight, just if we need more time, kind of filler. I'll go back into the game during our Fever After Dark members only stream after this one. So yeah, you guys, if you're not a member, make sure to be a member because we are going to do Fever After Dark, Fallout style, all things Fallout right now, at least for me. And so we'll have some fun in the game because there was some stuff I want to go back and check. Like I said, there's still so much in Fallout 3 that I have not even.
Is that Home Alone, dude?
I don't know. I could see where you can see that, but I don't think it's him.
I don't think it is.
But I see the resemblance.
It looks like it.
I see the resemblance. Is it?
It is.
You have to go look it up. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd have to look that up, but I ain't seen him in years.
I'll look it up.
Go look it up because I don't know. I mean, I see what you're saying. I see the resemblance in that nose and ears. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so
especially
do I.
In the eyebrows. But I don't know. It could be. I don't think it is. I don't want to put money. I don't want to gamble that one.
Me either. I wouldn't either.
Right.
I don't know.
Google AI says Macaulay Culkin is a new cast member in Fallout Season 2.
It might be him then.
A recurring genius type role, rumored to be part of Caesar's Legion.
Oh, that's him then.
That's him, yeah.
So I haven't seen him in years. So that's what I said. I see where you were coming from with it, but I didn't know for sure. Damn, there you go. James got it. Hang on. It deserves
right?
a thing. For James and his awesome knowledge. There you go. It is. I think you're right.
That's where I didn't even know that dude did acting.
We've been wrong, Carl. I'm glad we didn't bet nothing on that.
I wouldn't have betted on that. After you said it, I was like,
when I sat here and looked at it, I'm like, well, I don't know. I mean, I didn't think he would be in a movie or a show like this, but I see the resemblance, but surely it's not him. Well, I'll be damned.
So yes, go on 3. You still don't have 2 of the DLCs either.
What do you
There's all
mean?
kinds of stuff. There's 2 more DLCs for Fallout 3 that you don't have.
Which one?
I'd have to remember this correct name,
Are
but
you
I
sure?
know
Because I might. Are you sure?
you only had 2 of them, and I believe there's 4.
Well, what about the So the one with the lighthouse and stuff like that, that wasn't part of one of them. That was just regular story.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you have to tell me what.
I'd
I
have to
don't. I
look.
don't
I'd
know.
have to look them up. The names I forget, but the only ones I remember specifically was the pit and the alien stuff.
Because I
But
mean,
I
there's a
know
lot of stuff on there, so I
there's
don't even
2
know. I
other
know
ones.
when I first popped out of that vault, it gave me like a whole bunch of messages, like signals and stuff like that. I don't know which ones were just
I'm
regular
pretty
story
sure.
stuff and which ones were
I think
supposed to be like the
because the
deal.
one was Pittsburgh, which is the pit,
Yeah, we did the
and then
alien.
the aliens, and I believe there's 2 other ones, and I don't remember having
I'll
those.
have to go look into them and see if I can get them or not. Then just for funsies, we'll see. I'll have to look
I don't
into
think
it.
I played one of them because I just never had it.
We'll have to look into it. And I'm gonna try to play a little bit of New Vegas here shortly as we kind of wrap up talking about the episode. And then, like I said, we got some fun things from last season to check out in the members only stream after. And I'll try to play some of 3 as well, just for funsies. Now that I know there's actually all kinds of shit I missed. I swear. This game, it's just so much in every little room. Like you think you've explored a room, I realized how I did not explore a room, Carl.
Oh, I know.
I'm just gonna walk around saying it forever now. Okie dokie.
Yes,
Okie
she said
dokie.
okie dokie.
My new word. Okie dokie, folks.
Right. But how about that, James? You called it, you got it. And I can't wait to see what else we got this season. Look, there's our merchant. He is gonna come to Vegas. I can't wait to see what he's packing.
What are the other 2 called, hell, dude? That's not the alien and the pit.
Yes, please let us know. Because I'll try to see if I can't get my
But
hands
it's been many years, so I can't remember. I barely remember yesterday. I'm lucky to remember any of the lore.
You expect me to remember things?
Yeah,
Wait a
exactly.
second. Wait a second.
I like this too because I believe this is the Brotherhood. See, I always mess up with the Brotherhood and the Enclave. I know they're different, like their helmets are slightly different, their armor slightly, but I have to really pay attention. But I believe this is one of the Brotherhood, and they get to fight one of the robots, kind of like the one that we've seen in well, just as I've started in New Vegas, the game. Where is he? He looks very similar. The one I had encountered so far looks very similar to this gentleman here, this robot here, which Carl was telling me, and I'll let you explain further. But these aren't always like this. May not be the same one. It may not be the same town. There's multiples that could have the same interface.
That one there, I'm pretty sure is supposed to be the one that digs you up at the beginning.
Okay.
And he's his own thing because Mr. House kind of gave him rule to be able to move away from his control. So he could go do missions for him, which you were kind of a mission for him. Obviously, he dug you up. So I'm not sure how he's still a thing because, like I said, if this is like my understanding is this is supposed to be after all the games, so he shouldn't even still be like a thing. But he's a robot, so he could be changed to a different robot. So you know what I mean? Like his brain can go into something else. So I'm not sure exactly what that is either. But they're everywhere. They become militant at some point. But he's just your helpful cowboy at that point when he has that phase.
Mm-hmm. And I know we saw in that fan one there was like another one of these, not like fan made TV series or whatever. So this is very indicative of this particular area because a lot of the bots and stuff that I saw in 3, I didn't really see any like this, I don't think. I saw more of the brain ones and other things like that.
Yeah, because that's the Mr. House pretty much made those particular ones for his stuff in books. So
That's why they had like that one in the fan series had particular knowledge that usually a bot wouldn't have when he showed him the coin with the star on it.
yeah,
You were telling me something like they have their normal sort of programming, I guess, or whatever commands, and then like sometimes you can get them to flash and get into like that other mode where they actually open up to what sort of secrets that they do know about.
yeah. And there's actually a thing that goes into it where you can turn them militant at some point in the game. So then they turn into, instead of like I said, they have a different face, and they'll have better weapons and whatnot too at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Then but I said that one in particular, he's supposed to, like I said, Mr. House has him programmed to basically go on Renaissance things to go find, whatever he's looking for, or do whatever he wants him to, or to go, delete somebody or something like that, whatever he wants him to do. But he has him to a point where like all the rest of them are pretty much remote controlled. So if you don't have the remote, they're turned off. But he doesn't have to follow that rule. He doesn't get turned off. He just goes.
Okay. I can't wait to see again. I've kind of interacted with him a little bit, and they've hinted that so far in the game. I think I talked to somebody and saying that he's one of House's, and they, I keep asking questions about him. So there's something to him even in the game as I'm gonna have to learn about. So I can't wait to see. We get lots of things to come, and I did miss actually part of the episode. We're gonna go back and talk about.
Oh yeah, you showed a second ago when they was in a place where they actually showed some of the mannequins too, which you'll see those in 4. There's one or two you clicked from 4.
What do you mean? I showed something with some mannequins.
Yeah, it was. I think remember it was like 1 or 2. Like I said, I'm 30 seconds behind you on my TV. So.
Which one was it with the mannequins? I don't remember.
It was with the suit. That you showed the suit. Not that important. It's just a little side thing. And for the mannequins, are a weird thing.
The suits, the daddy with the suits, or
you showed the suit, like you said something about the suit. The suit.
Oh, okay. Hang on. I know which one you're talking about now. Hang on. I gotta find it. Where did it go? Somewhere. Is it this one? Somewhere. There's a lot of them. I try to get everything.
Yeah, not daddy in the suit, the armor suit.
Yeah, this one's the armor suit. You're 10 seconds behind me, but there's another one I had.
Yeah, there was one I seen the mannequin background, which I didn't notice that when we watched it.
I don't know if it was one of these things. I'll have to go back and see if I can't get it.
I swear I seen the mannequin. But anyways, the mannequins.
Oh wait, this one? That's got the statues behind you.
Maybe that's what I was seeing, but the mannequins are weird. We don't know if they're sending it or not. We don't know. Yeah, that's the mannequin. See, look, this little mannequin thing right there. It's a statue. That's a Caesar. I was seeing something else. Never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say those are statues.
Yeah. But anyways, the mannequins are weird.
Well, I can't wait to see the mannequins. Or the rad scorpions, which it looks like that's what Lucy might be fighting right here because I see the claws and a little tail. So she gets to knock the shit out of a scorpion. That's going to be fun. And, of course, we're going to get to see the big baddies. Oh, do I not have an image of that? Where did it go? Here it is. It's a hard one, but he's coming. Boy, is he going to have a fun time with them in Vegas. All the death claws.
I wonder what else it is. That looks like a little claw. It looks weird.
It looked like a little baby one. The image before this one.
That's it was something else.
It was a little like baby.
Yeah, I just seen a little claw.
Yeah. It might be I'm thinking it's the one that you're like 10 seconds behind me. So
yeah, I know.
All right, so you'll see in a second. There's like a picture of the face of a rad scorpion. I think that's what she's fighting.
All right, so that was like his little pinchers on his mouth or something.
It was like his little claws, and then his tail was over here on the left.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if they're actually going to throw. How many creatures they're actually going to do?
Happy birthday, KSS. You do have a birthday coming around, don't you? When is it? I know if it's coming. If it hasn't today. Damn it. I'm going to find out again from my source, but I know you got a birthday. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, you'll be fine. Oh no, you're sick. No, you know what? Just damn it, Dana. We got to send him soup. We're gonna have to,
I don't know
December 28th.
where is he?
I don't know, but we're gonna find where you are, KSS, and we're gonna send you some soup and some bagels and lots of love from Mama Susie, and you won't be sick anymore.
Right?
It works for Dana when she gets really sick.
Yes.
But I'm sorry to hear you're not feeling good, honey. I hope you get feeling. Hey, your birthday's right around the corner, so yeah, you got to get to be feeling better. You got to get another year older and wiser. So happy birthday, happy early birthday, and we do hope you get better. Yes, go to bed, drink lots of fluids, get lots of rest, and we hope to see you again real soon, hon. I'm sorry. That sucks. I hate this time of year. Everybody
And it especially sucks if you're somewhere cold.
Right?
If you're somewhere cold like me, stay warm.
Okay, Operation Acreage. Yeah, I did see something like that popped up on my feed, and I didn't click on it because I was like, I didn't remember what that was. So that is one of the DLCs. And then Point Lookout. Yeah, I don't know if I did Point Lookout. I know I did the
Point
pit.
Lookout and Anchorage are the two I was thinking of.
I know I did the pit. I did the mothership. I don't know if I did Broken Steel or Point Lookout, but I thought I remember seeing something about Point Lookout. I'll have to go back in the game and see. But thank you, How Dear. You deserve this. Hang on, let me find it. There. All right.
I think Anchorage is the one. Well, yeah, you did go to Anchorage, right?
Did I? I don't think I went to.
Yeah, because that's where you got your suit and shit.
Is that Anchorage?
I'm pretty sure.
See, I'm gonna have to go back in the game and look because I definitely know the pit, and I'm assuming the mothership. I did those two.
Yeah, Broken Steel is one with the Brotherhood that I'm pretty sure you didn't do.
Well, I might still be able to. I don't know. I'll have to go back and see
You might have them, and I just ain't realized. Like I said, there's one or two of those that I've never played. So.
And I haven't fully technically. I mean, I finished what I would consider the main story. So yeah, there's still. I'll have to go back and see if those are on there. But I did miss, and of course, we got lots of little things to come with the Ghoul and our dude here, and Maximus and the Brotherhood, and of course, it's a simulation. What is she gonna find? What has Daddy done set up for her? I don't know. We're gonna have to wait to find out. But her particular vault, I forgot to get into that. I kind of skipped ahead. I totally forgot. But her vaulties, they're doing okay. I mean, we kind of looked a little bit at them. Mr. I believe his name was Reg. He is about the doofiest motherfucker ever. And he is just, she, as much as I know she might not be a good person, boy, I tell you what, she had the patience with this one here. Heavy as the crown. And this one's just, what was he, like an event coordinator or some shit? That was like his special little job.
Yeah, and that's what he was doing when they were having their little meeting or whatever.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to the support group and what that support group means. And when you think about it, again, their 3 vaults are for breeding, so it makes sense. They dabbled in it first season. They're gonna have a whole support group for it this season. But they also talk about the water, and that was something in the Amazon Prime extras. I believe there's a terminal in one part of it. I think it's in the 360 view. I can't remember exactly where, but when you go through all these extras and stuff, there's a terminal you get to, and I believe it gives you sort of information or things about sort of this vault in particular. And one of the things they're talking about, I believe it was in that part. So I've looked at so much stuff over Fallout, but they were talking about this particular vault and its water filtration system and how, like, it was kind of set up for failure to a degree. Like, they knew, like, it was going to fail. Not that it was set up for failure, but they knew, like, Vault Tech was just cheap. And they were basically like, well, they'll kind of figure it out, sort of thing. So it was just funny because I know, Carl, we were talking about how like you were telling me Vault Tech does this is kind of what they do, right? They did it on the suits. They made mention to that in season 1 with the ghoul. Like they're constantly cutting corners, you know, not caring about the effects, just as long as they get the product out there.
Yep. All the corporate greed.
Right. And particularly in her vault, right? Because not only is it a breeding vault, but it's breeding to make management. So it's like corporate, you know, almost Severance. Yeah. I want to make sure I said the right show. Sort of corporate level, like, deal going on, but yet their end goal is to breed out sort of the best of that. And yeah, man, it's everything is just this episode in particular, the way she had to speak to him, like, you know, an overseer as like the executive manager, trying to get him to understand. And then she's basically like, oh, you know, start a support group. There's a lot of feelings going around. Maybe you have some feelings. He's like, okay, what feelings do I have? I don't know. Shame, uselessness. I was like, damn. He's like, yeah, not uselessness, but shame. I can work with shame. And shame he did. But there's more than one vault, right? They've expanded this season. They've taken back over Vault 32. That all, you know, they had to kind of split their vaulties up a little bit, but no worries, right? I mean, Davey here, he's having a hard time adjusting. He can't quite figure it out. But he's got the most awesomest of awesome overseers. And Stephanie here, I mean, she's assured him that it's just the opposite of the other vaults. So whatever you do, just do the opposite. You'll be fine. She was so managerial. I don't know if that's a word. But she even was telling him, like, basically, Davey, is there anything like actionable that I can, you know, anything I can really actually do for you as your overseer? I have to ask you. I was like, oh shit. And, you know, they got some signage possibly. Well, you know, the signage might not be good, but they'll have a committee for the signage. And of course, we got Chet. He's pretty, you know, cucked by said overseer. That is her baby. That is not his. He made that very clear. That's not even his wife. He's not half a man.
He's something.
He's finding out real quick how fucked he is. Again, poor Davey. He still ain't quite
scary.
figured it out.
Are you fucking with that lady? I ain't fucking with that lady. You fucking, and the patch makes her look even more scary. The way she was handling that knife and ripping apart that fruit, yeah, fuck that.
Oh, you mean this right here? I mean, she's taking a snack break.
I don't know what it is, but she's a scary lady.
She was just taking a break, taking a little snacky, a little, you know, orange here. It's fine, Dana. I mean, she's an overseer now. She's, you know, he's got to take up a little responsibility as dad for now, right? It's all about a village raising the child and stuff, and daddy's got to do his part, even though he ain't daddy. But she's fine with him being called daddy. She could care less as long as you know, she ain't got to deal with it. Because, you know, she got to deal with people like Davey. I mean, she got to deal with that dude. Where did he go? This dude here.
Yeah, she even helped name Junior. Remember?
Right. It's Chet Jr. I mean, everybody is already calling him that, so why not, right? No harm. I mean, he doesn't need a job. He has a job, right? He's complaining about not having a job, and she's like, you got the baby. You're good. And of course, what did he have to do, Carl? He had to question her. I mean, he should have known better.
Yep, he should have just rolled off with the baby and been happy.
Right. No, she let him know, you know, that she does not appreciate his tone nor his questioning.
Are we having an argument, Scarlett? Are we having an argument?
Apparently they might have been, but he cleared it up and there was no arguing after this point. And he found out just how fucked he really was. And look, he went from this to this. See, no worries, attitude adjusted, corrected.
Right?
She dealt with it. That's what an overseer
That's
has
all we
to
have
do.
to say to get people in check. Are we having an argument? I'm going to use that on Miguel. Are we having an argument?
Well, no, you got to have the overseer control and that knife there and the eye patch. And
Mhm.
possibly the orange. Something, about that slice right there was just like she cutting him. She cutting a throat. I got a
So
feeling that she was
that's
cutting
all it
somebody's
takes
throat.
to get the men in line is just an eye patch, a knife, and a
That's
piece
a
of
lot.
fruit.
Just that, Dana. Jesus Christ! That's
Yeah,
Come on.
a nice buck knife, calms down a lot of people.
well. I'm telling you, the way she cut that orange, Carl, that might have been his throat at one point in the
You
middle.
messing with
Can
that
you
lady,
imagine?
James?
He got to
You
live in
messing
the
with her?
same vault. I mean, in the same room with her in a bed. Like it's cramped up in there. We see what their rooms are. But yeah, James, how do you feel about this lovely overseer they have here?
Well, Scarlett, my kind of woman right there.
Right?
No,
Take
she's not
control.
using a paring knife or any kind of knife you'd find in a kitchen. She's using a hunting style, knife, hacking up the orange, looking straight at him, going, yeah, he knew better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, corrected that attitude right up. Look at that smile.
Attitude adjustment.
He didn't help her with the computer though. He's like, "Fuck you, bitch. I got the baby. Then you deal with this stupid shit.
Right? I'm
You
out.
figure it
I'm
out."
out, folks.
And she did not, because our boy's down there messing with stuff. And so it looks like too from the previews to come that they might be exiting out of the vault. So one of the last remaining vaults that were still sort of intact, it looks like it will be collapsing itself as well coming this season. As our boy here was starving to death, he found some provisions, he found some water even. But unfortunately, it wasn't enough to keep him going any longer. And he thought he was, well, to be fair, he was under the impression that folks would think he disappeared. They'd go look, or missing. They'd go looking for him. But his overseer already took care of it. He's been advanced to the executive program. So nobody's going to ask any more questions, sweetie. You're kind of trapped here unless you figure out what to do. And he did. And I kind of like his statement later on when he's talking to the robot, which, by the way, I would have kicked this thing a long time ago, Carl. I'm sorry. We might have been trapped in this part of this vault in particular forever, but I'd have kicked this sucker halfway across the room as soon as he told me I'm locked in.
And brain is like high in protein. Just saying.
Well, I mean, if he's controlling the lights and stuff, one would think that if you took him out, you might gain access. You could hack it, right? I mean, he hacks it later to a degree and opens up the pods. Where is that at? That's down a little bit. That's past the support group. Hang on, we'll get back to that in a minute. But he does here, he's facing his inevitable doom, and he's like, you know what? Plans are hard. They take time, but chaos, that's easy. And I do agree. A little chaos in this situation might do. And he does. And he just puts the boot on this mother. And I was like, about time he kicks his little fucking needle off of there. I wish he would have kicked him in the brain head. But I guess this will do. But see, he hacked in here to a degree. Or he was able to use his Pip-Boy here. So I was wondering why he couldn't just figure out a way out on his own. But nonetheless, he has released all the folks in 31. I think the robot said every 30 years they release a few or however many. And that's the plan. He's going against the plan. All these years of planning that Mr. Bud has done. And it took a few seconds now. It's all over, folks. And I can't wait to see what happens. He's going to lead them out into the wasteland. And what are they going to make of themselves? There's going to be a little civil riot, so to speak, within the vaults. It looks like from the previews of what's to come. So he's got his work cut out for him. But one last thing on the episode, well, maybe not the last thing, but one last thing I definitely want to hit on, it was just fun, right? Because it's tough in these three vaults. Their vaults are made for breeding, and this is the only sort of people, I guess, that they bring in to sort of add to the bloodline, maybe. Otherwise, there's a lot of a lot of things going on where family members, cousins may have to pair up.
Yeah, wasn't she explaining how what the fifth cousin was the first cousin was the second cousin?
Well, she said
Or something
something
like
like
that.
all the fifth cousins are with the fourth cousin of the second cousin. Some shit like that.
Oh yeah, because first cousins you ain't allowed to be with.
Yeah, and they even make a note in that, like I was saying about this vault on the Prime extras. They make a note. There's like a little thing somewhere where it says to make sure to tell all the overseers no more first cousins because it causes too many deformities and shit. And I'm like, oh god. But again, this one Bud, the guy over this particular set of vaults, the whole thing was just to breed a super race of management. So they didn't want to add too many extra bloodlines in there. So what you get is families, generation after generation. And it makes sense why some of these guys might not be the smartest and why some may be, particularly like I was talking about Lucy being a little more smart. I think may have to do with the fact that her dad and her mom may not be related, possibly. And therefore, that's why she's a little bit smarter than maybe this dopey motherfucker here. Him and Davey just seem retarded to me a little bit. Like they just don't understand things like they should. What's up, Mr. Emma Realms? How you doing, hun? Welcome. Guys, go check him out. I want to say I have your link. If I don't, we'll put it in the chat.
I dropped it. I dropped it already before with James's.
Nice. Thank you, Miss Dana. Go check him out. He does some games and covers some shows himself. So guys, go give him some love. But yeah, it was funny hearing them talk about, like, again, she told him to create a support group, and he has a lot of shame from being a product of inbreeding. And, that's understandable. It's not their fault. They grew up in this vault. They did not, decide the rules. They didn't want these things, and snacks will be provided, of course. Are you specially able or just feel different from those around you because your parents were very closely related? Come join our group and let your voice be heard in a warm, understanding environment free from judgment or criticism. Again, it's about supporting one another during these tough times and knowing that, most people don't think of anything. You got an ingrown toenail or something like that. You think, well, it's just but for them, it's more than that, right? Because it could be a deformity. And they have to cope with such things, Dana. James, support groups are necessary in hard times. And these two clearly needed all the support in changing things, but they were not heard they were not supported in their ideas.
She did say the snacks were pretty good, though.
Well, yeah, the old lady did.
Yeah.
Old lady liked the snacks.
Well, it's like popcorn. Popcorn's so yummy.
Well, they did not like the snacks. They weren't there. They were only there thinking that they were going to end the inbreeding. That's what she thought this group was about. And he was like, no. There's nothing wrong with the rules. You just don't have to. We're just here to support you so you don't have to feel ashamed about it. And they're just like, what the fuck? And they get up and leave hand in hand. I'm assuming they're cousins.
Well, they'd have to be.
One would assume, right? That's so. They were looking at each other the whole. It was such a weird, awkward scene. This whole part. But yeah, it was funny. This lady goes into talking about her dust allergies and how her mom and dad and her, what was it, her mom's mom or some shit? I can't even remember. It was all kinds of fucked up family history with this one, man.
Some sort of cousins. But she just wanted to blame the allergy on the dad
and the mom getting together because they were related. And he was like, I'm not not someone who does that kind of studies. He's like, I don't know, because he's fucking retard. And she's getting ready to get up and leave, and he's like, but surely it has to be. And she's like, oh, okay. And she just goes into spilling her guts about how her mom and her were competitive and shit or something. What in the fuck? That is some hella family drama there.
Yeah, she hinted at what her mom didn't like her because she was competitive for her dad or something.
Something. I don't know. It was all kind of fucking whacked out.
Yeah, it
I
was,
know that much. I was like, it kind of makes sense, but as far as even not because this is a breeding vault, but I kind of when they showed this, I kind of thought about it. I was like, well, how do they continue to breed? And I know most of these vaults probably don't care. They're not about so much this full survival of humanity as much as they are about the experiment that they're running. But it made me think, like, how would they long term have a solution for that? Because breeding would be a problem at some point. I mean, this is 200 years since the fallout, so like that's a lot of time of breeding there. I can only imagine like how many people you would have in a vault, how many bloodlines you would have, like how long could you go before you would have to start doing that in order to kind of, if you were to continue on humanity. That's kind of fucked up. Like they didn't consider that, did they? That was it. Vault Tech didn't have time to worry about that. Such matters.
or did they?
I don't know. I'm just curious.
Voltec, they ain't exactly nice.
No.
It's
Well,
like
we
if
know they
let's see
don't give
what
a
happens.
shit. They don't care, that's for sure. But that was an interesting scene. I don't know if there's anything else I missed through the episode. Just trying to go back through and look. I think I kind of covered pretty much everything. Anything else, Carl, that you liked or
So
Dana?
Scarlett, this week we got the episode early.
Yeah.
Correct. So next
Wednesday.
week, Wednesday, like that's the day, or Tuesday at midnight for Wednesday.
I'm not 100% sure on that. I think it's
Okay.
going to drop like I don't know. We'll have to see and wait this week and see how they do it. But I know it's supposed to air Wednesday. Now, whether that's like Wednesday morning early or Wednesday evening at nighttime, I'm not sure.
Gotcha.
I'll have to go back and look. I think it's supposed to be in the evenings, like at 8, 9 o'clock or something like that. But I don't know that for a fact.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like kind of like how primetime works. Like, I think
Right.
that's-
Yeah, I think so too. I'm 90% sure. Yeah. So what were some of your guys' favorite scenes, favorite moments, anything, takeaways, any comments, concerns, anything like that? You guys in the chat who've watched it, let us know too. How did you feel about the episode? Favorite moments, worst moments, anything that you want to take away from the episode, let us know. I know if I just right off the top of my head, there's so much in the episode that I enjoyed, but I did love this opening with the Ghoul and Miss Lucy and their battle through
Same.
the clan.
Her monologue was great. Monologue was great. It's just like explain. He's just dangling from the rope, just sitting there like, what the fuck? Worst moment, flea soup. Flea soup, that was the worst. That was the worst.
What'd you say, Carl?
I said, but it's fresh. It's all good.
Yeah, right. It was super fresh. No
If
fresher, Dana. I mean, she got it right off the source.
that's my only option, I'll probably starve.
I enjoyed the Big Iron. I enjoyed hearing that song because that's just like that's what New Vegas. Like when I hear that, that's what I think of. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with the Brotherhood of Steel thing. I think I'm assuming going to be the next episode.
Right.
This is all them this time, so then I'm assuming they're going to be like it's going to be him this next.
Right, because he's still going after Lucy. Whether he tells the Brotherhood, I'm assuming he still wants to find her to a degree. And then who knows what else they're going to get into, because now they have control of the power source that was left where we left off in season 1, because they took over that establishment. So with them having that power now, I can imagine that increases sort of them being able to build and do things. So I don't know in particular what they would be going after in New Vegas. I can't remember what. I know that guy was saying he wanted to bring order or bring, kind of like a new order to the Brotherhood and kind of take it over. But I don't know why it seemed like from the previews that there's a clash between them and they called it the Commonwealth, but I'm assuming it's the new California Republic.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not sure what that clash is completely, other than if it had something to do with the chick that dies there at the end that I can never remember her name, that brought them the power source. But I'm not sure how they're going to, because she even had followers from Vault 4. So there's like a lot of this like kind of weird lore I'm not sure about where they're going to go with all that stuff. Or how they're connecting the brother. Like what is the battle? Because I thought it was going to be against like the Enclave or something like that. But that's not, it doesn't seem like that's what they're gearing up towards. They're going after, it's almost going to be them in the middle between the Legion and the NCR.
Yeah, the NCR. And but you got to remember, the Brotherhood always wants technology, so it's probably something. I'm assuming maybe a Get might be involved somewhere.
Because they did want that. When I was playing through 3, that was something we had to go retrieve.
And that's the thing. Well, they want that in several. And I'm thinking that, like I said, there was a lot more nods to the first game and the second one because I didn't really know a lot of that lore until I looked back on it.
Right.
So there is a lot more to it, and it almost seems like they're almost like kind of hinting back and forth with those and mixing it with this in a way.
Okay. Yeah, I enjoyed this scene. The car was great. I do love this little shot where it says death before surrender, and you have your ghoul down there, and he's getting ready to go kick ass. And he calls her an amateur, and he does. Like, he's like, let her know, look, you can try to play these nice little games, but in the end, this is the way you got to take care of business here. And he takes care of business. And I do love it. They show off a few weapons.
Yeah, the death before surrender thing is a con thing anyway. That's like their, like, motto.
Okay. I figured, too, because they have a lot of this sort of graffiti around, if you look kind of in the background and stuff. But I just thought it was just really cool, like, having him in there. And that's pretty much where he's at this point, death before surrender.
Yeah. So it's kind of a cool way to throw that in there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I love it. Just the way they exploded the bodies and stuff again. It's just so reminiscent to me of the game to a degree. Again, just this whole scene here was really good. There's a lot in this episode I enjoyed, but this got me going almost right off the bat. I was like, okay, I'm ready. We're ready to go. They're going to give us some good shots, some good scenes. And I hope this is just a little taste of what's to come. Like, again, I would love another car explosion, like a better one. I know the budget. I get it. I understand, but I'm just saying. Just can we get like a few more cars? Look, this car over here didn't even catch fire. It wasn't close enough.
Yeah, they need to do some piles like they do in the game. That wouldn't be that hard.
Right, just like one more scene or so where we get some car explosions during battles. That's all we're asking for. Because, I mean, really, like I was saying earlier, when you walk through the wasteland and some of this stuff, it feels like everywhere you go, things are just exploding all around you. I just been walking down the way, next thing you know, there's a little landmine going off, and I got shot, and the dude shot the car next to me. It sets off a chain reaction of vehicles just exploding everywhere. You just don't know what to do. I'm trying to run out the way, and I run into more landmines.
I'm assuming there'll be more opportunity to that once we go into the script as well.
I hope so. I know the Deathclaw lurking too, so we're going to get hopefully some really good scenes of them going through. What about you, James? Anything in particular that you enjoyed about the episode or didn't like?
Yeah, the opening scene was cool. Several scenes, the dude trying on the suits and the gold pip and, talking into the thing that he's back at work, kind of crazy ass shit. A lot of stuff, but I haven't played the game, so like all of that talk that you guys have been talking about the game, none of that is relatable to me. So I'm just watching the show from a different standpoint, I guess.
Right.
Just waiting to see what happens, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. So on that note, James, what do you think of this actual show? Since you've never played the game or anything, do you think that this is a decent show in general, or do you just like not get half of it?
A little bit of both, but more so I think it's a decent show. I mean, I like it. I like these types of shows and stuff. But there definitely is, you can tell there's a lot more to it than it's giving. And maybe it is giving it like you guys see it because you played the game and I don't. So it's almost like they did a good job of making a good show for someone who hasn't played the game. But it sounds like there's a lot more to it as well that you guys pick up on. So that's cool.
Yeah, because I've talked to Scarlett about that before she actually played. She didn't understand a lot of this stuff. So that's what I was just wondering. As someone who never played
Well,
the game.
like when I heard people talking about this show compared to the FNAF movie, this show was definitely something that somebody who has not played the game can watch and still enjoy. But with the second FNAF movie, I'm hearing people say that if you don't know anything about the game, it's a hard movie to watch. So
Huh.
I appreciate that Fallout at least made the show a little easier for people who have no game knowledge to follow. I
Mm-hmm.
haven't seen the FNAF movie yet, but from what I'm
Yeah,
hearing
I
is
haven't
that there's
seen
a
it.
lot in there about the games, and if you don't know anything about the games, you're going to be left with a lot of questions.
Mm.
That's interesting
Okay.
So
because
I
I
could
know quite
always
a bit of that.
appreciate that, I and James, we could still enjoy the show and not have the Fallout knowledge that you guys kind of have. We're not sitting here like, I don't get the joke, I don't get the reference.
Right.
I don't get what they're trying to insinuate or get at. Like I can still follow the story. I don't need to kind of, and it's like they're almost explaining what you need to know as the story goes on, and they're giving Easter eggs for the people who actually play the game. So
Mm-hmm.
I give them kudos for that.
Yeah, as far as a show goes, based off of any game, this is one of the best things that I've seen. Like really, because it isn't easy to do, especially like an RPG game. They
Right.
can't just jump into something and expect everybody to understand. But the story is enough where people still can with this.
Right. Because even before I started playing, um, it was as if just from playing video games, I think I said like that first episode of her, once she found out, oh, they're raiders, and she goes out and they have that whole battle, and you got the raiders taking the little drugs. I didn't even know what the jet was, but there was just something about the scene of her walking out, seeing the guy, like the gunfire and getting splattered, and that door opening, and it's game on. Like that felt like a cut scene. Without me even having like played any Fallout, I could see the game being
Yeah,
played out in this without having even played it. And then after playing 3, it just added that whole other layer onto it of like, oh my god, now I truly understand the meaning of what they're doing here, what that like just that whole beginning scene where you see Lucy going over sort of like her specials or whatever, and she's talking about, oh, I'd spend my time at the plumbers, and then my science and my speech and my all that stuff is what we went through to a degree when you go through the class and you have to pick out all your different things, just like D&D, all your character stuff. And they kind of went through that in a show way, but it was still, like I said, when I went back and played the game, I understood what the show was trying to portray to the game fans, but also remembering what I saw as a watcher pre-game. So like you kind of understand, like they're showing, okay, she's got all these skills, but you don't even understand, like, no, those are skills in the game. Those are things that you pick as you level up, as your character levels up. Like you pick your initial sort of stats, and then you kind of build off of that, just like in D&D, right? You get your perks. Now I wish I
Mhm.
don't know if they really showed the perks off. I wish they would show that off like they did in the fan. um
well, they somewhat did the special just by saying that she was this and that and this and that. Like, you remember how she was like, "Well, I have this skill, I have that skill." That was
mhm.
kind of just that.
A little bit more the skills. I wish they would show more of the perks.
Yeah, well, yeah, I don't see none of the perks. I mean, unless you know, but I haven't seen any that I know of.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of that yet. So I kind of hope maybe they'll make a reference to that somewhere down the line or something. Like maybe she picks up a perk or something along the way and it shows up in her Pit Boy or something. That would be kind of cool. Um, because they could easily give her the Black Widow, right? Like, and that one's in 2 of the games for sure. Um,
Yeah,
that would be a fun one to give her, I think, to give Lucy. Especially with her now turning a little bit like her character might be going not dark, but now she's sort of uh the intensity of the wasteland is sort of setting in on her and what this place really is. She understands that the world she grew up in was fake, but she still wants to hold on to those values. But this place is not really going to it's not going to be easy for you to hold on to that, and especially with Daddy doing what he's doing. So I would love to see them add some perks in with her, or even make reference like they did with the dude in the fan series, right? They had a vault dweller and he had iron belly, and it wasn't like he just came out and said, "I have iron belly." No, he went and started drinking a whole bunch of new colas, and the guy's like, "Man, you must have an iron stomach."
Yeah, and that would be one they can do. They can, since she has to be out there, she could be getting the lead belly thing.
Right, like there's a few perks they could make reference to, right? And there's a whole bunch of them. Like I think every game has different ones. I just know
All
from the two
time.
I've played. So, similar like D&D, right? When you get your
Well, in
feats.
Vegas, they have the gay perk in that one, so that they love doing that kind of stuff. So they might do that. It's like the Black World, but they're
That's
gay.
of course that'd be. I asked for a perk. That's the one they give us.
Yeah,
That's fine. Whatever, as long as they make a reference to it, I guess I'll be happy either way. Because like I said, that fan series, I'm kind of relaying now that fan series we watched to this one a little bit, and again, this one's a lot. You can tell the cinematic budget and all that kind of stuff for this series right here that we're checking out is, highly funded. But
Yeah.
again, if you get down to the base of the characters, that core storytelling and stuff like that, it's still pretty on par with this one. But I'm waiting to see if they're going to do some of the things that we saw in that series that they haven't done in this series yet, which is to show off the bats a little bit more, which is to show off the perks and certain things that you get as you play through as a vault dweller. Because I think almost all of them you play as a vault dweller for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's a few you don't, but
well,
at least three.
in New Vegas, you're called the couriers, and I mean, it's the same kind of thing, though.
Yeah, I'm
Pretty
not
much.
playing as a vault dweller right now, or at least
Yeah.
not that I know of. But I know 3 was, I believe, 1 and 2 you're a vault dweller, 3.
Yeah.
And I don't know if 76 you are or not, or 4.
I'm not sure what goes on in 76. Like I've tried it once, but I wasn't into it.
Right. So we'll see. I don't know. I hope they add some of that in there, because otherwise it's almost, I would say, pretty accurate as far as the world goes. Again, I don't know how they've strayed from the story with some of the characters, but all the aesthetics, all the looks, I mean, the music that they're adding into it, it fits very beautifully with the scenes. It gives you the vibe that I'm wanting from the show. So as far as that goes, I do enjoy it, even as we're starting to see the overseers, because even like my overseer in Fallout 3, the game that I had, he wasn't a very nice individual. He did not care for me too much. I had to, we'll just say we didn't agree, and I won in the end. Chet's going to have to grow a set and learn how to handle this situation here. Look, it's not going to be easy, but he might want to get that knife away from her at some point.
Well, it does fold up, I believe, so he just has to take his moment.
Look, she's going to go to sleep at some point. Better yet, find a way that she may need to go to sleep at some point. In her drink, matter of fact, that orange injected, I don't know, but you need to do something, dude, because she is going to... And you'll sleep. I could not sleep in the same bed with this woman. If I was a dude, Carl, I'm sorry. I'd be scared she might try to kill me in my sleep.
That's why you must always have 3 weapons. They ain't taught that in the vault, so.
Emerald says the game, and it does. I would say that the show does justice to the game, as far as I know. Again, New Vegas, I've barely started. We're gonna actually open that up here real soon, and play it for a few minutes. But as far as the world that I know of Fallout from 3, and again, this is West Coast. I'm playing the game I played, that I played through was East Coast, so it's different yet the same. The companies and all that kind of stuff, you're getting a lot of the same kind of flavor, same vibe, but the lore in those areas is different. How things kind of go about, not the overall lore as far as when the bombs drop, but there's certain things that go on within these areas with the different groups that's going to be different. So I don't know as far as House and Vegas and the Strip and these vaults, how accurate they are to the game. I can't really speak on that yet. I'm hoping as we get through, we'll kind of see. See, it doesn't really, but it's entertaining, says Bones. And I can understand that. Again, there's some things if I had that I wish they would add in a little bit more to it. But overall, I'm pretty pleased, even for the first episode. Just for me, just because again, I like that opening with the ghoul and her and the whole gun, the shootout. So I'm already up there with at least an 8.5, maybe even a 9. But that's also because I'm just really excited. So I don't know if I'm just giving extra points because I just enjoy the details that they've added in on this episode. But that's
Well,
just
that's what I say too. Like as far as shows to games, it's great. But if you really go to the game to the show, there is many things different. But like I said, my understanding is this is some sort of different that's after the game. So if it's like adding more to the lore, then that's a good thing. Instead of just being like it's supposed to be the lore. You know what I mean? Like take
yeah. Well,
FNAF
I
for
think they're doing a
example.
good job at adding it in there. If they are kind of adding something past the point of the games, at least for me, I think so.
Yeah, that's what I think they're doing. Like I was about to say, but take FNAF for an example. Instead of being like with the game lore and stuff, or adding to the game, they changed the lore with that movie. Now I don't know
Hmm.
what they've done with the second one, but I didn't like that at all. Like I'm like, I know all this lore, and now you just telling me that none of that's what it is.
Right.
Or even if you take a game like Dungeons and Dragons, like them movies were horrible. I mean, you
Yeah.
know, this is the same kind of a deal. Like,
Except
you know,
the cartoon was pretty good.
yeah. But as far as the movies, you're like, this is not, no, this isn't what it is at all. You know, so it's like, and that's the same kind of RPG type of deal. Like, that's the closest thing that there really is to that. I guess it's kind of like Dungeons and Dragons to an extent. You know, with all the different stuff you can do and
Hmm.
make it, you know, RPG kind of thing. And that is real hard to do in a movie because I mean you're not role playing, obviously.
Right. Really, see, Data made fresh daily.
God.
It's made fresh daily. I mean, come on. Just ahead, some good eats, hot and tasty soup. It's fine.
You know, they had good
This make
opportunities to
me
like roast, add roast. That would have been great.
I mean, and again, I know it's not perfect, and I'm not fully sure of what's missing from the lore or what they've changed fully. I can't wait to kind of dive it more into New Vegas, the game, and kind of see the actual Vegas world in the game and compare it to this season as we go forward. Now, I like I said, I'm gonna stick at an 8.5 just because I do enjoy it.
I enjoy it for what it is. Like I said, plus it's really hard to mix all this in a show. Like there's what I think seven, what no more than that. Like I think it's like 7 to 10 games. So like you know you have all that lore to try to put into something as well.
Hmm.
That's a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, because I said
I
they
mean,
kind of hit on a little bit of everything to a degree, but like you said, there's so much.
the first two wasn't, or is it? There's either two or three that wasn't Methuselah, but like after that, but still, that's all their lore, you know. And they're kind of hitting a lot of it, and
Right.
not all of it, obviously, but for what it is, I mean, I find it better than any other thing that was made after a game. Like,
Oh yeah, especially compared to
Silent,
like Halo or something like that. I mean,
yeah,
it's pretty good
or even
as
like
far as I
Silent Hill
think.
or Resident Evil. That's horrible compared to the game.
I was telling Carl like when she was drinking the soup right before she drank it, it showed all the bugs stayed, all the fleas. It reminded me of the old cartoon with the dog had the fleas, and he would come out and make the fleas like turn it like they would kind of like and then they would like turn into like a circus and shit.
Yep.
All these little fleas jumping around and shit. That's what I thought about. And shit was funny. I started laughing because I instantly was like, "Oh, that's." I could see the dog, and he's just calling him out with his whistle or whatever, and they're just and I'm just like, "Holy shit!" Vaughn says I refuse to watch Halo. Yeah, no, it was horrible. I can't do another season. I know they're talks of another one. I'm tuned out from it. They disappointed me too much. I tried to give them another season and then they took it right back away, and I was like, oh God, how dare you? So they will get no love from me if they have anything further. But I'm happy. I'm excited to see where the season goes and what other shenanigans our Ghoul and Miss Lucy are going to get into on their way to find Daddy and Mr. House and his family. And again, it's pretty sad as we getting through the Ghoul sort of storyline. So I'm excited to see where they take that for sure. What do you guys rate it as a first episode? You guys in the chat let me know as well as I get ready to bring up the game, and we'll have a few minutes of that before we have to close it down. We might be a little later for the members only stream, but I'm gonna try to get maybe a game of cards in, because apparently we can gamble. Dana, I don't know how to do it yet, but it's available.
Oh, I suck at gambling. I would rate this episode around a 7.5.
Oh, nice.
Easy. With the possibility of going higher as the season progresses. But I enjoyed the first episode. I liked the opening scene. I was not bored watching the show. I was not looking at my watch like, oh, Scarlett's making me watch this fucking show. I can't believe this. Is this going to be Severance all fucking over again? To where I'm going to have to just, review it and, pretend that I watched the show. No, I'm just kidding. But I liked it. So 7.5 for me, easy.
Nice. What about you, Mr. James? Where would you put it?
I'd probably put it at a 7 or 7.5 as well. It's a good episode. It established, the start of the season. It was just them kind of walking around a lot, but other than that, good episode.
Nice.
Right, but their walking around was way more entertaining than the pluribus walking around. So they get more points just for that.
We might have to watch a review before we review it, Dana.
I'm dreading fucking
Look,
pluribus.
it's worse than Severance. I don't care what you say about Severance. I have yet to check out anything else with pluribus. I can't seem to muster it up to go see it.
I don't like Severance, and I'd prefer to watch Severance.
I'm just like, oh my God, this is. I'm not.
Even though I don't like Severance, I could still have conversations with you guys about Severance. Like there's still conversations to be had about that show. Even though I'm not a fan of it, I can still sit there and talk to people about it. Pluribus, I am scratching for things to talk about. When we have 2 or 3 episodes on a stream to cover and we're done with the content within 45 minutes, I'm sorry, folks, the show's horrible.
It happens. Look, so I know a lot of people like it, so I don't want to completely take
I'm
away
not
from
picking
folks.
on that at all. I'm just saying
for us to say, we'll
not
just
my
say
speed.
It's just it didn't hook us. It's not our show, and we're struggling.
Very much so.
That's as good as it gets for me being nice. Dana, I go any further, it's gonna get bad.
Right? But I do have to say, Scarlett, you're gonna like Derry. I was very shocked that I got through 4 episodes so far. We're gonna knock it out tomorrow. And man, oh man, it covers your horror, it covers your story, and you're gonna enjoy it because you like horror like I like horror. And the first 4 episodes, I was like, what am I watching? But in a good way.
Right. Well, I don't know. I still got to get it. I'm trying to fit it in there this weekend. I hope.
So it's definitely going to tickle your horror fancy. That's for sure.
Good. I did.
They did not hold back.
I just couldn't help it, but I wanted to see because we talked about him too. So it was on my list as well with that series. But I wanted to watch one of the movies. I want to watch one of the Terrifiers. I never watched any of those either. And I don't remember which. I think I watched the newest one. I want to say I don't remember.
Was it a Christmas one?
Yeah,
that's the newest one.
And it was okay. I'm not gonna lie. For what it wasn't
the
bad.
First one. that last one was not good. I did not enjoy it that
All right,
much.
I need to
No,
go
the
back and
last
watch a
one was
different one.
definitely the most campy out of all the Terrifiers. Like they pushed it a little much with the campiness, but when it comes to like the gore, you have to go to the original one.
Even the very first one, that little short story was way better than that last one.
Yeah.
And he was in his little Santa Claus stuff in that too.
Yes.
Sorry. Well, okay. I'll have to go back then and check out one of those because I mean I didn't hate it, but it was interesting.
He's a fucked up dude. Art the
Now,
Clown is a fucked up dude.
the effects on that last one, the only reason that was the only thing enjoyable for me, just because I like the '80s kind of style of that kind of stuff. I prefer that than the CGI crap they do nowadays. But like, as far as
Oh,
like
I agree.
he goes, like that, no, that wasn't that great. I was just like, eh.
What was I trying to look for? No, I don't need the dynamite. What's up, pup? Alright, where'd that dude go? He's up here. Alright, we're gonna try to play some gambling real quick. Again, we ain't got too far. Oh, shit, wrong button. There we go. I don't think it helped, but I turned the flashlight on. I'm gonna see if this guy will gamble with us. I'm gonna lose all my caps. I don't know how. I don't understand the system. It was a whole list of things I had to. He told me about. Where was it?
Yeah, good luck figuring that out. It took me a long time to figure that out.
It was over here. No, where is it? Miscellaneous? Yeah, here it is. There's all kinds of rules to this caravan deck game. Shit.
Yep, it's fun.
Yeah, well, we're gonna test it out. It's fine. We'll lose a few caps. And here's the machine. That was like we saw them kids making. This is what they're making. It's the sunset drink that Carl was talking about. It's nice. Getting some of the advertisement. That's the horsey. So the Giddy Up Buttercup, that is the one that we see in Lucy's room, and what's to come. Of course, the robots, and then here's our dude. I gotta talk to him real quick. See if he'll let me gamble. He gave me a.
What's the plan? Are we ready?
You're not. Oh, damn it! He's not gonna let me do it now. It's fine. I guess we'll just do this then. Let's do it.
All right, I'm ready.
We'll gamble after. Wait, I need to get my gun situation. I still didn't figure out how to. I'm gonna figure out how to make my weapons better again. Oh, it's fine. We'll figure it out.
Time to look alive. The powder gangers are here to play. They're getting set up in cover, but it might not go well unless we get out there soon.
All right, let's go.
At least 6. Joe Cobb included. They look pretty mean. I'll be set up near the store. Let's hope that the gang doesn't manage to make it that far.
Oh god, we're gonna die. That's fine. Where are they at? Shoot, I didn't listen to what she said.
Careful, there's still more of them.
Where are they at? Oh shit, there they are. I'm gonna take some cover. Oh fuck. Ouch! That's bad. Naughty. Alright, well, we're gonna just see how this goes. Oh god, it sucks too because we're at the beginning of the game. I don't have all my specials. I don't have all my special tricks and tools and stuff. Oh no, Carl, I'm at a disadvantage. Shit. know, it's what y'all get. You come around here messing around. How about that? I've established my reputation with a group of people in the wastelands. Whether that reputation is good or bad, you're finally somebody. Yes, that's right. As I perform actions that benefit a group, you will gain fame, all the fame. For actions that harm a group, you will gain infamy. Well, I mean, either way, your reputation, any given group, is a measure of the combined total of fame and infamy. Okay, all the things. You may receive discounts, and provoke attacks from hired thugs. It is what it is.
Yeah, that's a lot more important than it was in 3. In this one.
Well, we'll find out, won't we?
It's who you're working for or against. Like, you know how the town will attack you? Yeah, that's a big thing in this one.
Oh, and apparently the gangers ain't gonna like me too much. That's fine. I get to loot, though. Oh, your shit, boy. Yeah, we get all these fun. You know, I take all the things. I like it. How much we got over here? See, it's fine. Ooh, we're getting full here. Let's see. Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
I owe you a huge favor for this. Here, these are technically Crimson Caravan funds, but I know they'll understand once I explain.
And give me all the caps. They say something about not being able to pay me now?
It's all I've got with me. But if you look me up at the Crimson Caravan's main camp in New Vegas, I'll pay you in full.
Yeah, you get the hell out of here. Back to my looting. Alright, we got all the things. Yeah, see? No worries. Alright, we're making our way already. We're gaining favor, and we'll be on our way to doing other things. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Take all his stuff, too. They all got messed up. Oh, damn. Alright. Oh, we got all kinds of stuff now. We need to talk to some folks. And again, we're just going to go a little bit more of my time out. Okay, yeah. A few more minutes longer. I know I didn't really get too much into the game, but we will be heading over to the Fever After Dark here real soon. So if you are not a member, now is the time. You better get it in while you can. We're going to have some fun Fallout style. Where's said lady go? She must be at home. I forget it's nighttime. Oh, I'm going to get used to this world, guys. It's going to be a little bit of adjustment from 3. We'll figure it out. What am I looking for? How do I fix my weapons? I do got to figure that out. Now, I'm sure I can do that, which is fine, but that is not going to be what saves me. I got all kinds of shit. Alright, I'll just hang on to all that stuff for now. And let's see, what do my quests say before we end it? We'll go somewhere else. We'll just go ahead and leave the town for a bit. Track down the source. Reunion. Now we'll just look at our map and see. Alright, this is our map. Alright, well, I guess we'll just go ahead and wander off into the wastelands for a second here. We should be fine.
Yeah, you'll want to do that a lot more in this one anyways, too, because there's a lot of stuff that's unmarked that's fun.
That'll teach the powder gangs to avoid Good Springs in the future. Sure can. Take the road southeast out of town till it hits the freeway. Prim is the town with the roller coaster straight south. Can't miss it. NCR patrols do a good job of keeping the highway clear, but I'd keep your gun where you can reach it easily. You never know who you'll run into. Off the road, you'll probably start running into hostile wildlife. My advice would be to stick to the highway when you can.
Alright. No, what did she say? Something south-ish. Yeah, all the things. Yeah, we just see what happened. There was a road somewhere, she said, outside of town. Well, you know, it's fine. Nice. Yeah, see what we can turn the radio on, see what we got going on.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. New Vegas. Thank you very, very much for listening. It's just about time to get you some news. NCR officials at Camp McCarran were relieved when technical difficulties with its monorail line to the New Vegas Strip proved easy to fix. One anonymous official told us a serious mechanical failure would have been a disaster because of the age of the train and the scarcity of the replacement parts. Also in the headlines, merchants are saying that there's been little contact between traders from Nipton in recent days, causing concerns that the isolated town may be in trouble. You know, they say that no news is good news, but I think my program would be awfully dull if that were the case. And now, I'd like to play one of my very favorite songs for you.
No music, sorry, folks. Oh, what we got here? Let me take it. I mean, who am I to complain? I got a key. Where does the key go to? Oh, shit. All right. Well, not a bad start. At least I myself to take it off. What kind of outfit? I think I'm good. It's fine. Alright, so, again, just like in the last place, we'll wander around. And then I said, we're going to go and end here just in a minute. We might be a few minutes late on the start of the members only, but we will be there real soon. I just wanted to get a little bit of the gameplay in. Alright, we'll come back to all this stuff. Because I can loot all this. I'm pretty full anyways. I should have tried to sell some stuff. It's fine. We're going to make this new place. What are you guys doing? Ouch!
Any lawman that
God damn!
won't have it easy.
What the hell? I was just coming to say hello. You shit. I want to take your shit now. Wait, what is this? Not many patrols out here lately, which means not much loot. Oh no, Chris saying we should make a move soon. Follow tracks up north, head towards Strip UN. Alright.
Damn, running low on smokes again.
I should shoot you guys right now.
Any lawman, just keep on walking.
No, y'all got all kinds of jacked up shit going on over here.
You eyeballing me?
Yes, I am. I don't think I get along too kindly with your kind right now. I think we're at odds. Y'all came in trying to attack folks. Oh, that's a body. I guess they're cool for now, even though I walked all up in their landmines and shit. I need to find I should have slept in their bed if it'd let me. I may have damaged a limb or two there. What the hell? Again, there's all kinds of stuff in this one, apparently, that you can pick up off the ground. The Burn Man walks.
And also, if you wear like their clothes, they'll like accept you more.
Oh. I don't even know how much stuff I have. Do I got any? We got a few. I'll take one. Oh, I could, yeah. I do have some of their armor.
But just remember, if you're dealing with other people, to not have them clothes on.
Yeah. I'll just keep my lightweight metal.
I'm just telling you that for future.
Yeah.
Future.
Yeah, if I know I'm gonna run into them and shit. Fucking all the rads. You know. Tell me to stick to the highway and shit. You rads all in there. Nasty. So that is where we're supposed to head to next, I believe. Oh, who the fuck is shooting at me? I thought someone was shooting at me. No, I just hear the creepy. Look at the little dude, he's running. Where you going? They're kind of cute. If it weren't for the fact that he was going to try to eat you. Oh, all kind of creatures out here. Lots of fun. Lots of XP. Try to level up. That's nice. I don't mind that. Get back. Get back. Take that. Oh, there's a bloat fly, my bad. Is that all of them? Maybe. Alright, let's see if we can at least make it to this town. I know I didn't get too much gameplay in, so I'll probably try to play some more tomorrow. Probably afternoon, because I know we'll be up late tonight, and I cannot guarantee a morning stream, but I'm going to collect all the things. I'll definitely, because it's hard for me to even end now because I want to play so bad. I'm like, oh no, it's fine. We'll be a little late. It's okay. No worries. We're just making our way. And
hey, where the hell do you think you're going? Prim is off limits.
But I have to go here. What's going on?
Some convicts from the prison up the road have taken over the town. Everyone inside is either dead or in hiding. What's more, there are 2 tribes of raiders causing trouble in this area as well. You'd be safer heading back up to Good Springs.
Hmm.
We'd love to, but they don't fall under NCR jurisdiction.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they did, we're in no shape to protect them.
Why not?
We don't have the equipment to take out the convicts. And even if we did, we need some extra hands for backup.
Well, I'm here.
You should talk to Lieutenant Hayes. He's in a tent down the road. Just stay on the west side of the overpass if you don't want to get shot.
Wait, did he say on this side? I'm gonna get shot. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm gonna get shot. Am I going proper? I don't know. Well, I definitely can't touch that. No worries. We're just making our way through. Nobody shoot me, please. I don't want to fight you guys yet. I don't want to pick a side. Can but I want to go to the roller coaster. Where was Lieutenant? Who in the fuck did he say? I had to pay more attention to what this guy told me.
Yeah, who knew? You had to listen.
I did listen. He said it's somewhere up around the way. He said to stay to this side, I think. I don't think he's over here, though. He might be up a little bit ways further. Oh, wait, there's a tent. It's barricaded. Am I allowed back here?
I'm Sergeant McGee of the New California Republic Army, 5th Battalion, 1st Company. You want to talk about something, speak to Lieutenant Hayes. I'm from the hub originally, but it's been a long time since I saw it. I'm on my 2nd tour here. Most non-commissioned officers are. Ma'am?
That's right.
I'm Lieutenant Hayes of the New California Republic Army, 5th Battalion, 1st Company. What's your business? We were sent out here to hold back the tide of convicts from the correctional facility. As you can probably tell, we aren't doing the kind of job we could be doing.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. All the information.
The mission isn't a problem. The problem is with supplies. Convicts are better armed and organized than our intel initially suggested. I'm trying to get some reinforcements here, maybe some guns with some firepower, but shit. Things are just going slow.
I got some things.
Most people just call it NCRCF. That's NCR Correctional Facility. A little bit ago, the convicts there staged a coup. Killed the guards that weren't able to escape. And I've been ransacking the area since then.
Oh, shit. All right, we'll finish talking to him and then we'll end it here.
Not much. They've taken to calling themselves powder gangers. Mostly because they've taken to using the explosives meant to clear boulders as weapons. They got organized faster than I would have thought. Most of them, at least. Thankfully, the small group in town here seem to have split off from the main force, so they aren't getting anything in the way of support. I have some free time. Ask away.
Well, that it. You didn't give me anything. All right, whatever.
Ma'am?
Hey. Got business here?
No, maybe. I don't know. We're going to leave y'all here for now either way. All right, well, let's save. And like I said, wrong button. There we go. We'll save that for here. See, we ain't got hardly no save files or nothing. It's so new. And yeah, I'll come back tomorrow and we will continue on. I thought, yeah, time just goes by so fast when you're having fun. But we're going to get ready to end this here. Tab back over here. And get ready to head over to the members only stream for you guys. And we're going to talk some more Fallout. I got some fun clips to check out. But yeah, thank you guys all for hanging with us tonight. Again, I'll try to come back tomorrow and continue some New Vegas and play as much through as I can in between episodes. But yeah, thank you guys all for hanging with us. If you're not a member, you got a few more minutes to join up before we start. Again, we might be a few minutes after 11, but either way, we'll be starting shortly after 11 o'clock my time, which is midnight East Coast. So you guys come join us over there if you are a member. If you're not, quickly become one. And again, thank you all for hanging. Carl, Dana, James, everyone in the chat. Thank you guys as always.
Yep. It's fun.
Always.
Thank you.
Yep, no problem.
And we'll see you guys, or at least the members here real shortly. If not, we'll see everybody else hopefully tomorrow afternoon for some more Fallout New Vegas fun. And have a good one, guys.
Night.
Paint me a scene, steady in color, the way that you see, the way you see it. Don't you wish that I could give you, I could give you everything. 1, 2, 3, and my heart is racing. Can't fall asleep, I got my mind in a throw. Weightless, floating through the day. Trust that I'll be okay. I'm happy alone, but I let it go. Waiting for you. Wait until you realize. Waiting for you. Wait until you realize. If you wanna run ahead, I'll meet you where the water meets the earth we cling to. If you wanna find the edge, I'll come too. I could run around this world all day with you. I could show you this world